following is a special sports broadcast presentation of Talk Radio WRNR Martinsburg.
Play ball!
It's time for the fun and excitement of West Virginia high school baseball. Today's game is being brought to you by
Smallwood and Small Insurance, Thomas Miller Agent, Administrative Drive, Martinsburg. Cider Press Restaurant, Exit 5, Inwood. Trips Floor Sanding and Berkeley Fashion Flooring in Inwood. Chris Ross with Milestone Realty, Tavern Road, Martinsburg. The Mortgage Center in the Aiken Center, Martinsburg. Dynamark Atlantic Security, your local alarm professional. Holly's VIP Northside, Veronica Drive, Martinsburg. Art McBee Insurance, Martinsburg and Berkeley Springs. D&N Auto Specialists off Tavern Road, Martinsburg. And Heffley Motors, HeffleyMotorCompany.com.
And now for the pregame show. Let's go out to the field and join our Talk Radio WRNR broadcast team.
And a very pleasant good evening, everyone, and welcome into Eagle Field. It is the home of Hedgesville High School Eagles baseball. Tonight, it is an EPAC and sectional showdown, a rivalry, if you will, as Hedgesville plays host to the Spring Mills Cardinals. Sports Talk Radio, WRNR and TV10 Sports. I'm Matt Miller along with Matt Crawford, John Alderton on our TV10 camera, Donald Kinney, our on-site producer, Colin McLaughlin, our engineer at the studio. Well, Matt, a matchup today between two teams that are, you might even say, desperately looking for a win.
Yeah, combined 11 straight losses between these two teams. It's 7 straight for Spring Mills. They come in with a record of 4-13 overall. For Hedgesville, 13 wins, but they have lost 5 of their last 7 and 4 straight. So one of these teams going to snap a losing streak, and you said the word desperate. I think that's a perfect word to describe the way both of these two teams are playing. Both throwing their number one pitcher tonight in a key as we're getting into the late season in this sectional battle.
Let's talk about those Hedgesville Eagles. You mentioned 13-7 the record, but they have dropped 4 straight, and the desperation a little different maybe for them than it is for Spring Mills in this regard. Hedgesville knows what they are capable of. They got off to that 9-1 start to the season, have hit this little bump in the road, and feel like if they can kind of get that car back under control, they can drive it where they want to get.
Yeah, absolutely. Their hitting has really hit a brick wall, and I think Coach Grove will tell you that. That's been every time we've done their game over the past week and a half to 2 weeks, it's been, well, we're just struggling to hit the ball. So they start hitting the ball consistently, and that's been the key for the other two teams that are the hottest right now in Berkeley County with Musselman and Martinsburg. They were able to turn their fortunes around because they just started hitting the ball all over the ballpark. And for Hedgesville, what they started doing at the beginning of the season, hitting the ball really well, has just hit a roadblock. For Spring Mills, they're just looking for consistency all over the place. It's a young baseball team, and they're looking for somebody to really take charge on the mound, especially if they have to go into that bullpen, which in most games you're going to have to do that, and just find some sort of consistency at the plate. You're looking at 2 guys that are hitting over 300 on this 1 through 9 lineup. That's it. And a couple guys hitting in the hundreds in this starting lineup, and a lot of strikeouts, and we'll get into that as we get later on into the pregame show and into the game.
Well, and it's not going to get any easier when you're having trouble hitting the baseball and you go up against Kyle West for Hedgesville, Chase Herndon for Spring Mills. He can bring it as well. Both of these guys capable of striking out batters and holding down the opposition. Matt, as we talk about Spring Mills and that 4-13 record, they opened the year with 3 consecutive losses, then scored back-to-back wins after 2 more losses. Well, actually 3 more losses. It again was back-to-back wins on May the 1st. 5-4 against Philip Barber, and then 4-3 at Robert C. Byrd. Both of those games played down in the Bridgeport and Clarksburg area. And at that point in time, you were still going, okay, this team's 4-6. Let's see where they go from here. A chance to crawl back up to that 500 mark. And unfortunately, 7 consecutive losses. And it's not like, they've all been blowouts. They have had their share of those. But at the same time, you look at a matchup at Jefferson back on May 4th, the number 1 team in the state, and the final was 7-4.
Yeah, and you look at this team and Musselman, who we just talked about as being one of the teams playing good baseball right now. When these two teams met last week, it was a 10-inning thriller, and Spring Mills was able to put together probably what I'm sure Coach Barrett would say is one of their more complete games of the year. They weren't able to get that win, but you've seen what this young team is capable of. But it seems to be if they can get in a low-scoring game, it gives them a much better opportunity because this just isn't the lineup that is going to win a slugging contest and win a 10-9 game most of the time. Again, baseball, there's always those nights. Most of the time, this isn't going to be a 12-9 win type of team.
But you talk about Musselman and that win over Spring Mills, 5-2 in 10 innings, and how that catapulted Musselman into winning, 5 out of their last 7 games. On the other hand, for Spring Mills, a 7-0 loss at Greenbrier East, a 23-5 loss against Hurricane, and an 11-1 loss against John Marshall. And so, as you see there, struggling to score the runs, just 6 over those 3 games, but also giving up 41 runs. Got to find a way to do better here in this matchup tonight. Meanwhile, for Hedgesville, you look at the 4-game slide. It started with an 8-0 loss against St. Maria Goretti, followed up with a 10-4 loss at Martinsburg. We were at that game. Then came the 11-7 loss against Musselman. We saw that one as well. And at Allegheny yesterday, 14-5. And so, you're talking about a team that, again, not getting runs at times, but when they do get runs, like the 7 against Musselman, not able to hold down the Applemen, giving up 11.
Yeah, and this is a team it's been a tale of 2 seasons. We know what they're capable of. They came out of the gate very hot, getting the 9 wins pretty darn quick in this season. It's just a matter of, I think, getting the ball rolling again. I think one good game could go a long way in getting them on the right path as we inch ever closer to playoff time.
There you go. The time to get on the right path is right now, because you've got the rest of this week and then next week to kind of get yourself to where you feel like you're playing your best baseball. Meanwhile, in talking with Aaron Whitford is the athletic director here at Hedgesville, talking earlier even with Coach Barrett of Spring Mills. Next week is when those sectional rankings will need to be made, and again, it is a coach's vote, and so games like this can go a long way in the mind of a coach when they're casting that ballot.
No doubt about it. Again, it's crunch time. We have an idea of what the other side of the region may look like, but right now I think it is up for grabs. Spring Mills, I think, has probably solidified themselves at number 4 in this section. You look at 4 wins and what everybody else is doing. It's just a matter of numbers. But if Hedgesville can get rolling, if Musselman and Martinsburg can keep up the trend they've been on for the last couple of weeks, it's going to be real interesting to see what this side of the region looks like.
There you go, our matchup tonight here at Eagle Field. It's the Hedgesville Eagles playing host to the Spring Mills Cardinals. Let's send it to the studio. We'll take a 60-second break. On the other side, we hear from both head coaches getting their thoughts on where their team is at this point of the season, and a brief conversation about tonight's matchup. It's West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
WVU Medicine introduces a new minimally invasive hysterectomy surgery to our area. V-Notes is an advanced gynecologic technique that provides many benefits to patients, such as shorter hospital stays, less post-operative pain, faster recoveries, and no visible scars. Dr. Aaron Miller and Dr. Lori Tucker with WVU Medicine OBGYN in Martinsburg are the only OBGYNs in the Baltimore, Washington metropolitan area currently offering this cutting-edge procedure. WVU Medicine, the future of surgery is here.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%. Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Welcome back into Eagle Field, getting ready for tonight's high school baseball action. Hedgesville hosting Spring Mills. Time to hear from both head coaches, and we get started with the visiting coach. That is Bradley Barrett in his 2nd season, first on the field. Feel like we always have to say that, as the 2020 campaign a year ago was canceled. Well, Coach Barrett has his team at 4-13, and coming off a really tough 3 games on Friday and Saturday on the road last weekend. As we got our conversation started with Coach Barrett, he talked about coming off that weekend.
We had a rough weekend. I hope we can bounce back this week. We got a big sectional game tonight. I think our guys are ready. I think we're ready to compete.
When you look at how this season is playing out, are you seeing the progress that you were hoping to see by this time?
We're like a mountain. We go up high and then we kind of drop off and we go up high again. I keep telling you guys we got to stay flat. Play the game flat. Don't get too excited and don't get too down on yourself to play flat.
When you talk about being able to do that you're talking consistency right there. Is that approach at the plate? Is that production? Is it pitching, defense, every facet?
It's a combination of things, man. Like I said, we got to play a complete game. We haven't really had a complete game where we're great on the field and great at the plate. One day we have a great approach, we're hitting the baseball, and then we make a bunch of errors. Our pitching's not really on, and then the next day we're doing the complete opposite. So we got to get flat line there and do both things correctly.
Hedgesville tonight, you mentioned it already, a key sectional matchup. You see them tomorrow at your place. Do you like this kind of back-to-back?
It's different for us. We got 3 EPAC games this week. It's going to be tough with our arms and stuff, but, got to handle adversity and deal with it.
Coach, thanks.
Thank you.
There you go, a chance to hear from the head coach of the Spring Mills Cardinals, Bradley Barrett. And as you said earlier, Matt, he kind of reiterated right there, looking for that consistency.
Good at the plate is one thing, but if you're making 3-4 errors in a game, you're going to allow that other team to gain back some of those runs that you may be scoring at a higher pace than you usually do. So, again, it's finding a complete game. And at this point in the season, you should be getting close to those, and that's what's going to differentiate the teams that are going to make a run and try to bid for that state championship and the teams that are going to be sitting home early.
All right, let's turn our attention to the Hedgesville Eagles. Head coach Eric Grove in his 3rd season, second on the field. His ball club at 13-7. I got the question. He started with the mentality of his team right now after that hot start on a season-long 4-game losing streak. How is this team taking it? How are they responding?
I think the mindset's pretty good, really. We know we're not selling each other out, even though things aren't going our way. We had this lull 2 years ago. We went to the beach and things were rough there. And when we came back, maybe one of the things I can work on in the off season is keeping that motivational speaking up throughout the year, I guess. But I just think, we play some good teams. Allegheny, a lot of people actually text me today, asked me, what were they like? I said, well, they were ready to hit the ball, and we weren't at times. They're pretty good. So we played 4 tough games in a row. I'm sure tonight will be tough as a sectional opponent too. And I think our mindset's pretty good, really, because we're back at home. Just really hit the reset button last night. I think a lot of people saw, last night's not good enough, and what we've done isn't good enough. And I think they're ready to turn the page tonight because we had a little talk. And I think, they're excited to play. And sometimes that's all you need is just for them to have each other's back again.
Certainly helps when you can put a guy like Kyle West on the mound tonight. What does that mean for you?
It definitely, we always look for, I don't know that we have an ace, but we need a stabilizer. And I think that he'll do that. He's going to fill up the zone, hopefully throw a couple pitches for a strike. You always pitch better you always play the field better when you think the pitcher's going to be in the zone and, you're invested in the game. It's when you're walking people. It makes it tough for anybody. And I think that, they rally around him. He's really one of our big-time senior leaders just by all of his numbers and the way he carries himself and the type of kid he is. It goes without saying. So I think everybody will meet his challenge tonight.
Not only do you play them tonight, but you go to their place tomorrow. Do you like this back and back? I know it kind of came as a postponement from earlier in the year.
We've definitely had a major league schedule this 2-week stretch. And do I like it? No. We had a rain out that was out of our control. We knew this was going to be a funky year. We're just happy to have a couple of days off going into sectionals because there's stuff we got to work on. No matter if we win, lose, or draw tonight, we got stuff we need to work on. And so even though we don't have any days off this week, we should be able to get in a groove and be ready to go for next week and the week after with some practice and really just hopefully get on the right foot tonight. I think we start the game well. Again, I know we talk about this every time. First and second innings have been tough for us, and we can't be down a touchdown right off the top. We gotta stay in these games early and not have so much to make up later on.
Coach, thank you. Good luck.
You're welcome. Thanks.
There you go, Eric Grove talking a little football terminology there. If they can keep from giving up the early touchdown, he likes his chances when they don't fall behind.
When he mentioned they had a little chat earlier and being here for the JV game, setting up everything, it was a team meeting over at the Little League field to our right, and probably a little come-to-Jesus meeting. Hey, guys, you all got to pick it up as we're getting later in the season, and this trend's got to stop. And I think those first 2 innings, and I was thinking this before he said it, but those first 2 innings are going to be key because this is a Spring Mills team that I think if you get ahead early, this team isn't meant to come back in games. So the first 2 innings, I think, could be a telltale sign of how this game will go.
We've heard from both coaches, a little preview of the matchup. When we come back, we'll have a little series history, tell you what happened in the JV game, and we'll check out the starting lineups as we get you ready for tonight's action. Again, it's Hedgesville hosting Spring Mills in West Virginia high school baseball on Talk Radio, WRNR, and TV10.
Looking to buy a home in the Eastern Panhandle? Having trouble getting your house sold? Then call Chris Ross and the Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams. A Martinsburg High School graduate, Chris knows the local market, and he's proven it as the #1 real estate team in West Virginia in 2019. Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams. Phone 304-579-7349 or go to callchrisross.com. Let's celebrate your real estate milestone together. All right, Matt, when it comes to flooring, you can't beat luxury vinyl. It's waterproof, easy to clean and maintain, extremely durable, and looks great.
Are you nuts? Hardwood flooring's the way to go. It's durable, easy to maintain, matches every decor, and increases the value of your home instantly.
All right, one thing we can agree on is Trips Floor Sanding and Berkeley Fashion Flooring. They'll take care of you with great selection, service, and pricing.
Whether it's hardwood or luxury vinyl, call Trips at 304-229-7009.
Or visit tripsfloorsanding.com.
7 o'clock the time. It's West Virginia high school baseball on Talk Radio, WRNR Martinsburg, and TV10. Now on the radio side, we've got Capitals hockey, and that game already underway. They dropped the puck at 6:30. We'll keep you up to date with our broadcast here as we bring you high school baseball on TV10, WRNR TV on YouTube, and you can also catch the audio through our app or through our other online entities, including our website. And it's the Caps and Bruins in a scoreless tie, 9:26 to play in period number 1 in Boston. That series even up at a game apiece. Game 3 is always crucial. If you can take that 2-1 lead, you stand a much better chance of winning the series.
I agree. I also think that for the Capitals, leaving Boston at least still tied is going to be an advantage. Again, you want to win both. As a higher seed, you want to win both at home.
Mm-hmm.
That's the key in any series, in any sport, is you want to get those games at home. They split at home, so if you can split on the road, you've done your job at least on the road to give yourself an opportunity to then get the next couple at home.
We'll also keep an eye on the Nationals and the Cubs, Game 3 of that series, a 4-game set in Chicago. We'll actually bring you Game 4 tomorrow with a 1:40 pregame and a 1:50 pregame and a 2:20 first pitch tomorrow. That will lead into some high school softball action tomorrow evening at 6 o'clock, Matt, and it'll be Spring Mills visiting Martinsburg.
Yeah, we'll have these same schools back-to-back nights. I thought it was a little odd, the timing. Usually those teams play at the exact same time and location, but the softball team going to be playing tomorrow at Martinsburg, Spring Mills, and the Bulldogs. That'll be a 5:40 pregame, 6 o'clock first pitch from out at Charlotte Prather. And on Friday, it's the same two schools, just in baseball. So we'll see the Cardinals for back-to-back games in our baseball coverage.
So there's what is happening on our airwaves. Let's jump back into this matchup, Matt, as we are at Eagle Field. Hedgesville and Spring Mills getting ready to do battle. We'll be on the air a little bit late as far as the first pitch that should be occurring right about now, but they are getting the field ready. The JV game was a competitive back-and-forth type of battle that ultimately Spring Mills would take in 6 innings, topping the Eagles 10-6 the final. Didn't even get in that 7th and final inning of regulation as time on the JV games, stopping that one a little bit early after an awful lot of offense.
Yeah, and it's the joy of high school sports at the JV or varsity level. We were here a few days ago, and it was, I guess, going into last week, and they got all 7 in like an hour and 45 minutes, and then the game today, I think that was the Musselman Hedgesville game, and then today he can't even get into the 7th inning after 2 hours plus. It was about 2 hours and 15 minutes to get 6 innings in, so it's the joy of high school sports. Don't set your watch by it.
Well, let's see if Spring Mills can break a bad string against Hedgesville, as the Eagles have won 8 consecutive meetings in this series. When they met back in 2019, remember no season in 2020, the game here was a tight one. Hedgesville got the 4-3 victory. When they met later in the year out at Spring Mills, it was still relatively tight but much higher scoring as Hedgesville won that one 15-10. So the last win for Spring Mills in this series was in the sectional tournament in 2016, and it was right here at Eagle Field. 10-5 was the final, and in fact, in that 2016 season, Spring Mills swept the 4 games from the Eagles that year, winning a pair in the regular season and a pair in the sectional tournament.
You look overall at this series history, though. Spring Mills is the newest school in the county, the newest school in the Eastern Panhandle, and since they opened their doors, it's been a pretty darn successful time for Hedgesville Eagle baseball. You talk about the state championship in 2013 and then rolling through what has been a pretty impressive really freshman through senior class over the past several years that they were on the field. So it's been a good run for Hedgesville baseball. And for Spring Mills, again, a younger school still trying to build that tradition, going through a couple of different head coaches since opening the doors. So just trying to find that consistency as a program to start really building that tradition.
The Eagles went 25-9 in 2019, suffering a 1-0 loss against Hurricane in the state semifinals. 1 win away from a chance to play for another state championship. They won that state title back in 2013. Spring Mills went 15-16 back in 2019, and they lost in the sectional tournament to both Hedgesville and then eliminated by Musselman. That's our matchup, Spring Mills and Hedgesville here tonight. Let's see how it plays out. Which team will be able to snap a losing streak? The last win for Hedgesville, Matt, was on the 12th of May, an 18-3 decision at Petersburg. And during the course of that week, they had really pounded the baseball. You look back at a 13-7 win over Petersburg on a Monday, then the 18-3 win at Petersburg just 2 days later. They had an 8-5 victory against Frankfort. They had an 8-1 win at Philip Barber. But since that time, runs have been a little harder to come by, and they have dropped 4 straight games, their longest losing streak of the year.
But what does that tell you? That's the capability of this team. They're able to do that. We've seen them do that and saw that through the first half of the season. So it is possible. There is that talent on this team. It's just a matter of staying disciplined at the plate, not taking too many pitches. We've seen their strikeouts go up over the past couple of weeks too. So swinging at some pitches out of the zone, stay disciplined at the plate, swing at good pitches, and the hitting will come around. It always does. You go through peaks and valleys in any sport, in any season, and baseball is no different. Baseball just a little more contagious, it seems like, than other sports, whether you're hitting the ball or not hitting the ball.
I would say overall not a bad ratio as a team for Hedgesville in walks to strikeouts. You're going to tend to have more strikeouts.
Yep.
There's no doubt about it.
Just the nature of the game.
But only 107 strikeouts as a team for Hedgesville compared to 90 base on balls.
Yeah, not bad.
That's not bad at all. Now, on the other hand, struggling to put the ball in play, the Spring Mills Cardinals, 51 walks that they have drawn this year, but 133 strikeouts. And that's going to be the key against Kyle West in this one, is putting the ball in play and making that Hedgesville defense have to make those plays.
And we have certainly seen Spring Mills help out pitchers all season long. Again, it's vision at the plate, discipline at the plate. We've seen them in our coverage, especially when you look at last week and the amount that we were at Spring Mills. I was at home away from home last week, and just watching them chase pitches upstairs out of the zone. You got to stay disciplined at the plate. If you're a team that's not overly productive at the plate, you got to at least make sure you're going deep into counts. Make the other pitcher work, and he's going to make mistakes. It's high school baseball. Those pitchers are going to make mistakes and leave one over the heart of the plate, leave a breaking ball that is able to be tattooed out into left field. So take pitches, don't chase too much, and it'll get there. Again, this is a young team, and it may not be this year, but the building blocks for the next couple of years.
A batting average as a team for Spring Mills at .230, an on-base percentage at .329 for Hedgesville. That team batting average at .291 with that on-base percentage at .407. Meanwhile, when you look at what these two teams have done on the hill, Hedgesville with a team ERA at 4.93, a 6.93 team ERA for Spring Mill, so a full 2 runs more. And there's part of that issue, the dealing with the consistency that Coach Bradley Barrett was talking about in those games where you may not score. Can you get that pitching and defense to hold down a team? Or in those games where you do score, let's see how it goes. Can you get them all to work at the same time? Getting more runs than you give up. And that's the key, right? Doesn't matter whether it's an 8-7 win or whether it's a 2-1 win. Outscore the opponent is what this game is all about. Well, they are finishing up the field right now, about to get into our starting lineups. Another beautiful night for baseball, sunny skies. Our temperature is at 84 degrees. 48 will be the low tonight, partly sunny for the day tomorrow. 88 degrees, the high with a low of 54 Thursday night, so a great evening for that softball coverage tomorrow. And then partly sunny skies on Friday as we get back to Spring Mills at Martinsburg in baseball. 86, the Friday high, the Friday night low at about 54 degrees. Well, Matt, let's go ahead and jump into it. Let's take a look at those starting lineups, and we'll begin with the visiting Spring Mills Cardinals.
Let's do it again. The Cardinals come in with a record of 4-13 on the 2021 campaign. The leadoff spot playing shortstop is Caden Compton. Carson Gotham is batting second. He will play at first. Center fielder batting third, Tyler Gilpin. Designated hitter in the cleanup spot is Chase Renner. He is hitting for the second baseman. Or hitting for the catcher, rather. That is Mason Everhart. Batting fifth, doing the pitching, is Chase Herndon. In left field, batting sixth is Drew Gilpin. Batting seventh, playing third base, is Braden Shives. TJ Josenhans is batting in right, or playing right, batting eighth. Memphis Elliott is hitting ninth, playing second base.
Taking a look at the coaching staff for Spring Mills, we mentioned Bradley Barrett, the head coach in his first year. Heard from him in our last segment. He is assisted by Doug Allen, Matt Copley, Cody Hammond, the former Cardinal standout on the hill and at the plate, Justin May, and then Maverick Keller, and he's a former Musselman Appleman.
Let's go to Hedgesville. They come in with a record of 13-7. In the leadoff spot, center fielder Thomas Budka. Doing the pitching tonight, batting second is Kyle West. Caden DeLauder is in the number 3 spot in the order. He'll play right field. Third baseman Riley Bubbs in the cleanup spot. Catcher Aiden Milton will hit fifth. Designated hitter Colby Blau, and he is hitting. Here comes the second baseman, Hayden Kimball. Seventh is Tyler Smith. He will play first base. Shortstop is Braylon Connor. And in left field, rounding out the batting order, is Cam Lady.
The coaching staff for Hedgesville, Eric Grove, in his third year, second on the field. He's assisted by Nicky Brown, longtime coach here with Hedgesville. Derek Snyder, he was a pitcher on that 2013 state championship team. Scott Budka, Mike Quinn, and Brian Mosley rounding out that coaching staff for Hedgesville. The Eagles will be in the dugout off the first base side, wearing the white pants and the white jersey tops. The dark blue lettering and trim, and the kind of old script H on the front left chest of the uniform. That dark blue hat with the white script H as well on the front of that cap. For Spring Mills, they will have on the road gray baseball pants with the, do you call that powder blue jersey top, a la
powder blue, Carolina blue.
Yeah, a la the St. Louis Cardinals. Yep. A little bit with the bat and the two Cardinals, one kind of perched on each end of the bats with Cardinals across the front of the jersey in red, the numerals in red as well, and then they're wearing the same light blue, powder blue, Carolina blue colored cap with the darker bill and the Cardinal emblem on the front. As Hedgesville's starters are called, they will make their way into the outfield with 3 outfielders. Right in behind second base will be 3 of the infielders, and right on the back slope of the mound, pitcher, catcher, and first baseman. Well, let's send it back to the studio. Time for us to take our final 2-minute timeout. And when we come back, we'll check out this pitching matchup a little deeper and bring you the first pitch and all the play-by-play of West Virginia high school baseball on Talk Radio, WRNR, and TV 10.
Erie Insurance says here's to the grown-ups who move mortgage, mow, and still bust a move. But does your home insurance still fit? Erie helps you protect the home you've grown into, all at fair prices that are often less than the other guys. So how do you find the right coverage? Magic. Nope. Local independent agents who get to know you like this.
Your local Erie agent in Martinsburg is Smallwood & Small Insurance. Get a quote at smallwoodandsmall.com.
Erie Insurance.
Craving lunch or dinner? The Cider Press restaurant inside Taylor's Farm Market has what you're craving. Awarded one of the 101 most unique places to eat in West Virginia, the Cider will fill you up with their delicious fresh orchard panini, mouth-watering smoker burger, farmer's daughter Cobb salad, and more. The Cider Press also serves a wide selection of craft beer and hard ciders. The Cider Press, serving lunch and dinner daily and where the food is fresh. You'll feel right at home. Now offering online ordering at ciderpressdeliandgrill.com.
Remember that last trip to the auto mechanic?
I also think your solenoid gasket is bad.
What?
Yep, that'll be another $500.
Forget that and go to D&N Auto Specialist at 230 Tavern Road, Martinsburg, where honesty is their best policy. Serving the Eastern Panhandle since 1974, D&N Auto is family-owned and operated, specializing in exhaust alignments and tires. From general maintenance to major overhauls, they'll treat you right. Call D&N Auto Specialist at 304-267-4078.
This is Ben Copenhaver, your local alarm professional at Dynamark Atlantic Security. Did you know that home break-ins are 6% more likely during the day? That's right. The bad guys know when you're away, and they are smarter than you think. Dynamark Atlantic Security has the security solutions for you. Don't commit the error when the game is on the line. Phone me today at 304-671-2158 to learn how to play good defense against the bad guys. Dynamark Atlantic Security. Call today at 304-671-2158.
Along with Matt Crawford, I'm Matt Miller. John Alderton running our camera tonight with Donald Kenny as our on-site producer. Colin McLaughlin, our engineer, back at the studio. High school baseball, Hedgesville hosting Spring Mills. And after getting rid of a necklace that was around the neck of Kyle West, he now will grab the baseball, toe the pitching rubber, and get in his warm-up tosses.
West comes in with a record of 3-2 on the season. That's in 24 innings on the mound. This will be start number 5 for him, his 6th overall appearance on the season. 28 hits given up, 20 runs, 16 of those earned, and a strikeout-to-walk ratio of 27-9.
Yeah, he can be an overpowering pitcher. And we'll see if he's bringing his best stuff in this matchup tonight against Spring Mills. West working from the third base side of the pitching rubber. The right-hand pitcher has a very good fastball. We'll blend in some breaking pitches, off-speed pitches.
And if he can get the off-speed working, lining up or towing the pitching rubber on the third base side, that breaking ball is really going to start like it's coming at you or behind you and then break in again. That's if he's got it working.
He is almost over far enough. It seems like it's really his heel that is still on that pitching rubber as much as it is the ball of the foot or the side of the foot to be able to push off on. Well, he throws that final warm-up toss. Aiden Milton with the throw down to second, and we are just about ready to go. Travis Havermail is behind the plate, calling balls and strikes, trying to get that plate cleaned off a little bit right now. And out on the bases, Zach Stolifer. I love seeing a couple of the young guys who played their high school baseball at Martinsburg and now into umpiring. We need more and more of the young umpires, young officials in any sport.
Yeah, I was going to say it's officiating as a whole.
So Caden Compton, sophomore shortstop, in the leadoff spot, standing in the right-hand box, and we are ready to go. First pitch at 7:17, and it's a strike on the inside corner. Good location on that fastball. And they count now 0-1 as West is ready. The next delivery lifted in the air, a pop-up over towards the line where it is the pitcher who will make that play. First baseman Tyler Smith was coming in, but Kyle West moving over towards the line in the grass called him off, and the catch for West for out number 1.
And West, the starting shortstop when he's not on the mound, he knows how to come off the mound and make a catch on a ball in the air.
Yeah, that's the thing. You see at the higher levels, the professional levels, a lot of times the pitcher kind of stays out of the way and lets the infielder take it. But on the high school level, many times even on the college level, that guy on the mound normally plays somewhere else, so he'll take charge. Carson Gotham stands in and takes a fastball for strike one, the sophomore first baseman in the number 2 spot in the order. A couple young guys in the top of this Spring Mills order. Pitch to the plate, fouled. This one off the third base side. Will get back out of play. You're talking about 4 seniors, 1 junior, 4 sophomores, and 1 freshman in the lineup for Spring Mills. Might take a few lumps this year, but certainly gaining the experience that should have them ready to go over the next several. A wave and a miss at a high fastball away, and on 3 pitches, Gotham down on strikes.
That's what we talked about in the pregame, is we've noticed that strikeouts for Spring Mills have come a lot of times helping the pitcher out, and that one no different. A fastball nowhere near the zone, and Gotham in the number 2 spot chasing that one out. Got to be more disciplined at the plate.
Swinging away at the first pitch is Tyler Gilpin. Bounces it on a high hop past the first baseman Tyler Smith, but it is foul down that first base line. And the count 0-1.
Pretty darn efficient for Kyle West so far. Hasn't missed the zone yet.
Yeah, just 6 pitches. Already 2 outs. The 0-1 is due. Shadows of the press box stretching out across the mound. Pitch to the plate, and that one just a bit inside. Finally misses the zone. It's 1 ball and 1 strike.
Right on cue.
From about the waist down, West is in the shadows, but from the waist up, he is in the sun as he peers in at the catcher, has the sign, delivers it to ground ball to the shortstop, hops up into the chest of Connor. He grabs it and then throws wide at first. It bounces off the fence where it will be picked up on the warning track by first baseman Tyler Smith, and stopping at first is Tyler Gilpin. He'll reach on the E6.
Yeah, that was a case where Connor, who is not the everyday shortstop, again, we mentioned it, Kyle West, Connor coming up and that ball hitting the lip on the way to him. He was able to block it with the body, just having to rush that throw. Not sure even with the throw after bobbling that baseball, he would have got Gilpin moving up the line, as Tyler Gilpin's got some speed. Luckily still at first base after the errant throw.
Yes, a 2-out base runner for Chase Renner, but first a toss over as Gilpin goes back in. Gilpin being held there by Smith. In the box, Renner, the senior DH, takes the first pitch, a fastball, again working that inside corner for strike one.
Renner, a .313 hitter, 15 hits, 48 at-bats. Just 1 walk to go along with the 15 hits.
0-1 pitch fouled straight back. That went into the netting below us, and it is no balls and 2 strikes. Renner as the DH hitting for the catcher today, Mason Everhart. Not the true DH role that you might normally see where the DH hits for the pitcher.
Either side of true DH today, but both have them.
0-2 delivery in on his hands, pops it up into shallow left center field. Racing back on it, Braylon Connor looking up, fighting the sun, makes that grab on the run. The side is retired. That's a nice defensive play. The pop out will end the inning. There was a 2-out error, but the base runner gets stranded at first. We're through a half an inning. Spring Mills nothing. Hedgesville coming to bat.
This is Matt Miller, along with my wife, Dale.
As homeowners, we've been through the mortgage process several times, and each time we went to Mark and Cheryl Savitt at the Mortgage Center.
They treat you like family with personal one-on-one service, walking with you through the process from application to settlement.
Plus, low interest rates and closing costs.
The Mortgage Center is on Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
Phone 304-267-9040.
Or online at mortgagefinancing.com. NMLS number 237527, equal housing lender.
This is Ben Copenhaver, your local alarm professional at Dynamark Atlantic Security. Did you know that home break-ins are 6% more likely during the day? That's right. The bad guys know when you're away, and they are smarter than you think. Dynamark Atlantic Security has the security solutions for you. Don't commit the error when the game is on the line. Phone me today at 304-671-2158 to learn how to play good defense against the bad guys. Dynamark Atlantic Security. Call today at 304-671-2158.
Welcome back into Eagle Field. We move to the bottom half of inning number 1. Hedgesville to the plate to face the Cardinals starter, Chase Herndon. Matt, he's put up some pretty decent numbers.
Pretty decent, 4.59 ERA, 1-1 record in 22 and a third. 23 hits, 22 runs, 14 of those earned. And here's where the numbers get a little shaky. 24 strikeouts, pretty good number, but 20 walks on the season. This will be start number 5 for him, his 6th appearance as well.
We understand, though, in talking with Coach Bradley Barrett, that some of those walks may have come a little more early in the season. That he has improved on that control as the season has gone along, and part of the reason he was trying to maybe be too much of a power pitcher, trying to get strikeouts in the early part of the season, and has learned, as Coach Barrett would say, to pitch to contact. And he did come back and tell me, he said, hey, I heard about our conversation being discussed on the air at the last game when Herndon pitched, and that he's not really a strikeout pitcher. What makes him a strikeout pitcher is when he pitches to contact. Coach Barrett said, look, the strikeouts will come. Just get it in there, let your defense play behind you, and you might be surprised at when those strikeouts come, and they certainly have continued. Thomas Butkus, center fielder in the leadoff spot for Hedgesville, takes the first pitch, a bit low and away, ball one. Herndon ready, the left-hander to the plate, finds the inside corner. Count evens up 1-1. He works as a left-hander more from the first base side of that pitching rubber. Ready to go again. Here it comes. High fastball fouled straight back. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Butka going upstairs to try to get a piece of that, is able to foul it off into the netting. Thomas Butka in the leadoff spot, a 351 hitter. He's 20 hits and 57 at-bats. He's added 6 walks in that leadoff spot.
He awaits the 1 ball, 2 strike pitch. Here it comes. He swings, lines it towards the shortstop, falling to his knees. Caden Compton. He had started to his right and then was dropping down and was still able to make the catch on the line drive.
Yeah, it looked like his back feet slipped a little bit. The dirt definitely not wet tonight, as they had to use the hose to dampen the dirt, but just changing momentum a little bit, and that back foot came out. But luckily, he was in a position that even from one knee could make the catch.
And he's got those sunglasses on, too. You're still kind of looking at that sun that is setting behind the press box. Don't know if that affected him at all. But, hey, he stayed with it and made the play. Now with 1 out, Kyle West stands in and takes strike 1. Pitcher and number 2 hitter, one of 6 seniors in this starting lineup. The left-hand batter takes down low and outside. It's a ball and a strike. Now when getting away from Mason Everhart, he'll retrieve that baseball. West with some strong numbers at the plate. That high average at .424 leads this team with 6 homers. Matt, 29 RBI leading the squad as well.
And it seems like as the 1-1 misses outside, it seems like the Eastern Panhandle is slowly starting to put their best hitters in the number 2 spot. Saw that with Jack Reisenweber for Martinsburg, Kyle West for Hedgesville, and Cullen Horowitz for Jefferson, even moving up to that number 2 spot.
2-1 pitch, fouled out of play down the left field line. West taking that one the other way, and it's 2-2. No score, bottom half of inning number 1. A matchup between 2 rival teams that will be back-to-back days. They play here today, and after being rained out earlier in the year, Hedgesville will go to Spring Mills tomorrow night. Here comes the pitch, and West again fouls this one back off the third base side. That one did get out of play as well, and it's 2-2. Count holding after that foul ball. Caden DeLauder due next in the Hedgesville order. Herndon has the sign from Everhart, the left-hander to the plate, bounces it in the dirt down low and outside. It's a full count, 3-2. West is not an easy strikeout. 8 Ks, over 66 at-bats on the season. The 3 ball, 2 strike pitch. Here it comes, in on his hands. He fights it off, fouling it to the backstop. That one hitting the screen just to the right of our broadcast position. Was headed right at Donnie. Doing the producing. Let's do it again with the 3 ball, 2 strike pitch due. West battling up there. 8th pitch of the at-bat coming. Here it is, and he sends it towards the shortstop. Very sharp hit ball. Compton knocks it down, picks it up, throws to first, and a great stretch by Carson Gotham, and they get him by a half a step.
Yeah, Compton, the shortstop, came in, and that one kind of rolled up that left hand. He's able to grab it out of midair with the throwing hand. 1 step and a very sharp throw over to first. Gotham, good stretch at first to get West by a step.
2 outs now. Bases empty as it brings up Caden DeLauder. So the first 2 outs via the shortstop. Caden Compton has made both of them a little bit of an adventure. Yes. Here's the pitch. Good. Fastball up and away. A swing and a miss by DeLauder, and it's 0-1.
DeLauder, a 345 hitter. That is 19 hits and 55 at-bats, but he has also added 13 strikeouts to the stat line.
The 0-1 on the way. That one misses down low and inside. 1 ball and 1 strike. So far for Herndon, needing a few more pitches than Westa did in that top half of the first inning, but still being pretty effective. A line out and a ground out both to the shortstop. 2 outs, nobody on. And DeLauder awaiting the 1-1. Here it comes. Popped him up. That one back out of play over top the bleachers to the first base side. 1-2 now to DeLauder. Hedgesville looking to get some offense going early. We heard from head coach Eric Grove in the pregame. The early innings will be key in this one. Not falling behind, or in particular, maybe even being able to get a lead and play from ahead. 1 ball, 2 strike pitch, called strike 3 on the inside corner.
Good location. Both pitchers trying to work the inside so far, and Hoppermill going to give it to him at home plate, just painting that inside third.
3 up, 3 down for Hedgesville in their first at bat. Inning number 1 is in the books. We take a 60-second break and then come back with the score. Hedgesville nothing, Spring Mills nothing.
Heffley Motor Company, serving the eastern Panhandle for over 17 years. Known for our wide variety of vehicles at great prices, we are the area's only pre-owned Carfax Advantage dealer.
Save yourself time and money. Come see us. You'll be glad you did.
And don't forget our popular detailing service to keep your car looking brand new. We're proud to be your partner serving the community. You're local, we're local, why not buy local? Heffley Motor Company, a nice place to do business.
This is Ben Copenhaver, your local alarm professional at Dynamark Atlantic Security. Did you know that home break-ins are 6% more likely during the day? That's right. The bad guys know when you're away, and they are smarter than you think. Dynamark Atlantic Security has the security solutions for you. Don't commit the error when the game is on the line. Phone me today at 304-671-2158 to learn how to play good defense against the bad guys. Dynamark Atlantic Security. Call today at 304-671-2158.
We get the top half of inning number 2 underway with a number 5 hitter, Chase Herndon, stepping into the left-hand batter's box. Kyle West delivers, and the first pitch, a breaking ball high for ball 1.
Good movement, just a little above the letters. Broke all the way across the plate, moving from his side right to left.
Swing and a miss at a good inside fastball. Now 1-1 to Herndon. By the way, on the radio side, end of period number 1, Caps and Bruins remain scoreless. The 1 ball, 1 strike pitch. Here it comes. Fouled out of play along the third base line. Now 1-2. Beautiful evening. Our game time temperature 81 degrees with sunny skies.
Can't beat that. Kyle West done a very good job so far in the small sample size, but doing a very good job of getting ahead of hitters.
11 pitches, 10 for strikes in that first inning. He's ahead here 1-2, and the 1-2 pitch in on his hands. It jams him, but he's able to muscle it over the head of the second baseman, Hayden Kimball, moving to his right, back towards the grass, leaping in the air, just could not stretch far enough, and Herndon has a base hit.
Yeah, and if Kimball takes a little bit different angle right there, he may be able to run that one down in shallow center field. Went more to the right than he did going out at first. Once he realized that ball was going to be behind his head, turned and started running towards center field and almost was able to make the play.
That's a number 5, Bryce Dunham. He will serve as a courtesy runner, taking over for Herndon at first. If you're new to the high school game, the coach can use a courtesy runner for pitcher and catcher. Laying down a bunt, it is fielded by the pitcher. The throw to second in time to get the lead runner. Drew Gilpin, the left fielder and number 6 hitter, on the very first pitch that he saw, pushed that bunt up the first base line, but Matt didn't get it anywhere near the line. Too close to the mound, and a pretty routine play for Kyle West.
Yeah, and you see the arm strength and the shortstop at heart of Kyle West as he came up with the baseball. Didn't have to step and throw, just one fluid motion coming up, spinning his body, and tossing a bullet to second base. Good play by West coming off the mound.
Instead of a sac bunt, it's a fielder's choice on the out recorded 1-6. Drew Gilpin now at first and gets his uniform dirty with the head first dive on the throw over from West. Braden Shives to the plate. Number 7 hitter, right-hand batter, checks his swing at a pitch that is strike 1. I think that one, the location, even as much as it was the swing, looked like Shives, the senior, was able to stop. That pitch caught the outside edge.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Outside corner on the fastball.
0-1 pitch. That one's in there for a called strike 2. Shives a .293 average, no homers, 3 driven in. Has added 7 base on balls to lift his on-base percentage to .442. Another toss over to first. Back in on the dive goes Gilpin. No score, top half of inning number 2. The Shadows have worked their way out across the field now, where it's mostly the center fielder still dealing with the sun. Swing and a miss at the 0-2 pitch. Shives down on strikes. 2 Ks in the ballgame now for West.
What do we talk about all the time is one of the biggest issues for pitchers at the high school level. It's just a matter of throwing strikes.
Yep.
And Kyle West has done nothing but that to start this game. He's through an inning and 2/3.
2 pitches out of the strike zone so far.
That'll do it.
Period. Through the first and now so far through the second. A runner at first with 2 down, and it brings to the plate T.J. Josenhans, right fielder, number 8 hitter, and he takes ball 1. So there you go. On cue, he misses with a pitch.
Second time that's happened tonight.
West will look at the runner at first. Comes set, lift the leg. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss, and it's now 1-1. Talk about the young lineup for Spring Mills. Josenhans just a freshman. So you've got 4 sophomores and 1 freshman. 5 of the starting 10 with a DH for your catcher. And you're talking underclassmen. Pitch on the outside edge for a called strike here. It's 1-2.
Josenhans, this is just his 9th plate appearance this year, and it seems like all of them have come in games we've called. I think he's been in the starting lineup every Spring Mills game we've done. So he's only playing when he's going to be on TV and the radio.
Runner on the move with a pitch to the plate. It's taken low and outside, and the throw down from Milton wide of the bag off the right field side, and getting in with a stolen base is Drew Gilpin.
Gilpin going on first move. Even if that throw's on target, I don't think they're getting Gilpin at second base. Good jump, good primary lead, and then on the slide.
Count now 2 balls and 2 strikes as that pitch missed to Josenhans, and now we have a issue, and I believe it's an equipment issue. Yeah, it's the sunglasses, or some kind of glasses it looks like, for the catcher Aiden Milton. Those are being worked on up the first base line. 2 balls, 2 strikes, the count, 2 outs, a runner in scoring position at second. Right now, no score in this one. A pair of teams that are working hard to, well, they're not even sunglasses.
No, they're regular glasses.
Yeah, they're regular prescription glasses. Need those if you're going to be behind the plate.
I was going to question the sunglasses. They tossed them in the dugout for right now, but
you know. Well, and he's not looking into the sun, so he kind of would wonder why he might need them, as opposed to, say, look at the center fielder Thomas Budka, who with sunglasses on is holding his glove up to shield his eyes. All right, we're back to action. 2-2 pitch in on the hands of the batter, bounces it towards the shortstop, charging on it. Connor, throw low at first, but dug out on the backhand by first baseman Tyler Smith.
And Smith doing what a first baseman should do and helping his shortstop out and not getting the second error of the game for Braylon Connor. Heck of a pick by Smith at first base.
Looks like a routine 6-3 in the scorebook. That was anything but routine. Nice play by Smith at first. A single to get the inning started, but Spring Mills will leave a runner stranded in scoring position. Through 1.5 it remains. Hedgesville nothing, Spring Mills nothing.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%. Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Looking to buy a home in the Eastern Panhandle? Having trouble getting your house sold? Then call Chris Ross and the Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams. A Martinsburg High School graduate, Chris knows the local market, and he's proven it as the #1 real estate team in West Virginia in 2019. Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams. Phone 304-579-7349 or go to callchrisross.com. Let's celebrate your real estate milestone together.
As we go to the bottom half of inning number 2 here, let's see what else is going on around the Eastern Panhandle. Top of inning number 3 in Romney. That's what Reynolds Field in Romney. Jefferson holds a 2-0 lead over Hampshire. And the only other game going on tonight has Musselman at Moorfield. Just 3 games on tonight's Eastern Panhandle schedule, and not getting a report yet from that game. All right, action underway as Chase Herndon delivers to Riley Bubb, and the pitch missing low, ball 1. Bubb is the cleanup hitter, starting third baseman, and one of 3 juniors in this starting lineup. He takes a fastball that is high, and it's 2-0. Not a bad first inning for Chase Herndon. Set down the side in order. 16 pitches, 11 for strikes, but starts by falling behind Bubb. A swing and a miss at the 2-0 delivery, now 2-1.
And 16 pitches, half of that, just to one batter, Kyle West.
Yeah, that was a good at-bat for West, eventually grounding out. 2-ball, 1-strike pitch here. That fastball is high, and it's 3-1. Herndon has walked 20 batters through now 22 and a third innings. The 3-1 pitch here hit sharply but well foul down at the third base line. Way out in front was Bubb.
Second full count and 4 batters for Chase Herndon. He won the last battle. Let's see if he can win this one.
Bubb's got some power. He's got a home run, 21 driven in. 19 hits in 60 at-bats for a .317 average. The payoff pitch, the lefty ready. Here it comes, popped him up. It's the shortstop, Compton, moving over, but the third baseman is there, and it will be the third baseman, Braden Shives, who will make that catch. Moving back a little, and to his left, Shives able to stay underneath of it for out number 1.
Certainly didn't camp underneath of it. He had to reach out to the left at the last minute. A very high hit fly ball to the left side, as it took a good 6-7 seconds for that one to come down.
Yeah, you saw Compton circling around from short, and a lot of times you'll see the shortstop with a slightly better angle maybe take charge on that one, but Shives had it all the way. Aiden Milton stands in and takes strike 1. Catcher and number 5 hitter, open stance in that right-hand box. Moves the upper body back just slightly as he takes up and in, 1-ball, 1-strike. Again, the center fielder, Tyler Gilpin, shading his eyes with his offhand, and let's see if it helps him as that one heads his way, and nope, he broke in, and it's over his head, and will take one bounce up against the fence, making his way to second, and reaching with the stand-up double is Aiden Milton.
Can you say sun? Because I think that one hit right at Tyler Gilpin into the sun. It certainly looked like he was coming up to make the play, and he had an excellent read on it, and then as it's going over his head, just a quick turn to the wall.
That'll be the 5th double of the season for Aiden Milton, and the catcher will give way to the courtesy runner, and it will be Gage Gano serving in that duty. So Gano now at second base. A run in scoring position in this scoreless game for Colby Blau, and he takes strike 1, letter high right down the middle.
With that being said, on the last hit, heck of a charge by Aiden Milton on that baseball.
Yeah, he certainly squared it up as much as you can a round bat on a round ball. Never understood that term, but 0-1 pitch. Here it comes. A foul ball back out of play first base side for strike 2. Blau, the DH, batting for the starting second baseman, Hayden Kimball. Blau hitting .321. That's 9 hits, 28 at-bats. No homers and 6 driven in. A chance to bring in a run here with 1 down, and Gano, the courtesy runner, at second. Herndon has the sign, looks to second, now comes to the plate and misses just low and away. Count now at 1-2. Tyler Smith waiting in the on-deck circle. Taking his time now as Herndon delivers to the plate. A foul ball again, first base side, and goes back out of play. Herndon has slowed down just a little bit with that runner at second base. Go back to that first inning, and he was in a pretty quick rhythm, getting the ball back from Everhart and ready for the next pitch. Blau in the right-hand box awaits that 1-2. Here it comes. Backs him out of the way. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
You also got to take into account guys pitch differently, stretch and wind up. So while the windup may be a little quicker of a motion out of the stretch and maybe more comfortable to come set, look in for a little while, and then go to the plate.
Shortstop ducks behind the runner, gets back into position. The 2-2 pitch, a swing, and I think he ticked it into the glove of Mason Everhart, who hangs on for the strikeout. Second strikeout now for Chase Herndon, gives him 26 on the season. Matt, 2 outs with that runner still in scoring position.
Tyler Smith, a 200 hitter on the nose. 8 for 40, has driven in 4. With 2 outs, you would imagine a single into the outfield. Any ball that finds the outfield would be RBI number 5, and a hearty cut at the first pitch.
Yeah, big swing and a miss for Tyler Smith. Smith in that right-hand batter's box, near the back of the box, feet a little more than shoulder width apart. Leans onto that back foot and then takes this delivery that misses up and away, and that is now 1-1. And let me go back. That's 5 RBI already out of the 8 hits for Tyler Smith.
My apologies. Off by 1.
We've been here for a couple of those, as he's come up with some clutch hits in those games that we have broadcast for Hedgesville. Second baseman ducking over to the bag. A turn by Herndon, and he will chase Gano back. No throw even made. Smith trying to be patient at the plate. Hard to do sometimes in this situation. 1-1 delivery on the way. Just missing up and in, ball 2. A runner at second. It is Gano as the courtesy runner for Aiden Milton, who had the double with 1 out in the inning. Blau with a strikeout, and now Smith with 2 outs trying to do some damage. Here comes that pitch, and that one is a strike. Pretty similar location as far as the inside part of the plate from the prior pitch, but this last one down just a little bit. The first one had missed high.
Still the upper inside corner of the strike zone.
Absolutely, top of the zone. 2-2. And that break-even pitch down low and inside. Smith lifts that back leg out of the way, and it's a full count, 3-2. There's one concern right now for Coach Barrett and his staff is the pitch count for Herndon. He's gone deep into counts with a lot of batters. 3-ball, 2-strike delivery, and that fastball's high and outside. That is ball 4. Nice at bat for Smith.
His first walk of the season.
No, actually number 6. You must have been.
I was looking at the wrong number.
You must have been one column up.
Yeah, I must have been.
Tyler Smith with 6 base on balls now, and
that is
6
exactly.
strikeouts.
I was following Michael Nichols, so I was giving his stats the entire batter.
So Braylon Connor stands in, shortstop, number 8 hitter in the order, and he will take a fastball, belt high on the inside corner for a strike. If Herndon can hit that location consistently, he's got a chance to get out of this jam. 2 outs and a runners at first and second. Shortstop Compton over near the bag at second, getting back into position as the pitch to the plate comes, and it misses high and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. I find it fascinating the shortstop moving over that far with a right-hand batter that leaves such a huge hole that we've seen the ball go through numerous times this season when that fielder can't quite get back into position. Fastball stays high on this 1-1. Now at 2 balls and a strike.
I agree.
We've seen the exact opposite where the second baseman has done that with a left-handed hitter up, and it just leaves you scratching your head a little bit. 2 ball, 1 strike delivery. Here it comes. That one misses high, and all of a sudden, these last couple of batters, Herndon can't get on top of the baseball. He's missing a lot high as opposed to being able to get that down into the zone. The 3-1 is due to Braylon Connor, sophomore, hitting 121, no homers, 3 driven in, and he has collected a base on balls, and Matt, he's very good at that. That is the 12th walk that he has had this season to 4 base hits. So while the batting average is 121, the on-base percentage is now over 350.
Base is now loaded for Cam Lady. As we get a quick visit to the mound by Mason Everhart. Going to calm down his left-handed hurler.
Yeah, right now, no damage done.
No, doesn't hurt till it crosses the plate.
There it is. And with 2 outs, you've got the batter at the plate that you need to focus on. And if you can get the batter and or get a force out at any base, you're out of this inning without a run scoring. The first pitch to Cam Lady, it misses high. That fastball up for ball one. Lady, a senior, starting left fielder, takes this one down low, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. He's got 18 hits in 52 at-bats. It's a .346 average, no homers, 8 driven in. His on-base percentage, .452, as he's also drawn 6 walks. He's going to take until he sees a strike, which he does here. The 2-0 on the outside edge, 2-1.
And a much-needed strike. You don't want to go down 3-0 with the bases loaded.
Lady, slightly open stance in the right-hand box. It swings at the 2-1, fouls it into the netting, just to the right of our position.
Yeah, lunging at that one a little bit, throwing the hands at it. Didn't get a whole lot of lower body into that swing.
Count now at 2 balls and 2 strikes, and Chase Herndon is a pitch away from getting out of a tough inning. A double, and then with 2 outs, a couple of walks. Bases are loaded with 2 away. The 2-ball, 2-strike pitch. The lefty working from the windup. Here it comes, a foul ball again. Back over the screen, out of play just to the right of the press box. Hedgesville's battled. They have really forced that pitch count of Herndon. It has gone up. This will be the 6th pitch of this at-bat.
Lady hoping to keep that production in the bottom of the order.
Another 2-2 is due. This one misses high. It's full 3-2, and there is no place to put him. If you're Cam Lady, you're looking at one that maybe you could drive somewhere. And with 2 outs, the runners can be off.
Off on the pitch, and there they go.
There they go, and it's a ground ball right back up the middle. The shortstop ranging over. He's got it. Only play is to first. Nice job, Caden Compton. From behind the second base bag, he throws on to Gotham at first, and Lady is retired.
And that's got to be a huge confidence boost for Chase Herndon to get out of that inning. Sure hoping that's the only rough inning he has. We'll see if he comes out with a little more juice in him in the third.
The bases left loaded in the Hedgesville half of the second. They do not score, and as we go to the third, it remains Hedgesville nothing and Spring Mills nothing.
At the Berkeley County Health Department, our motto is prevent, promote, protect. Since 1935, our mission has been to provide clinical and environmental services to protect the health of the general public. We're committed to building public health in our community by offering a wide range of services, including blood pressure screening, breast and cervical screening, family planning, counseling, lab testing, and more. We perform health inspections to make sure the restaurants you visit are clean, and we prepare and coordinate plans to respond to all hazards. The Berkeley County Health Department, 122 Waverly Court, Martinsburg.
This is Matt Miller, along with my wife, Dale.
As homeowners, we've been through the mortgage process several times, and each time we went to Mark and Cheryl Savitt at the Mortgage Center.
They treat you like family with personal one-on-one service, walking with you through the process from application to settlement.
Plus, low interest rates and closing costs.
The Mortgage Center is on Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
Phone 304-267-9040.
Or online at mortgagefinancing.com. NMLS number 237527, Equal Housing Lender.
Along with Matt Crawford, I'm Matt Miller. John Alderton running our camera. Donald Kinney, our producer on site. Colin McLaughlin, our engineer at the studio. No score. We go to the top of the third. The Cardinals to the plate, and with your play-by-play, here's Matt.
Thank you, sir. Top of inning number 3. Goose eggs across the board. Called strike 1 as we have Memphis Elliott stepping in. It'll be 9-1-2. Doing the order here for Spring Mills. Kyle West back out for his third inning. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. A swing and a miss as Elliott went a bit up the ladder to try to get that one. Quickly behind in the count 0-2.
Elliott's average at 143, Matt. That's 6 hits in 42 at bats, no homers, 6 driven in.
Here comes the 0-2. That one misses it. Only got about 55 feet of the 60 feet 6 inches it needed. I don't know if that was a release point issue, if that was a grip issue, but there's a pitch you throw for a chase pitch, but that was it. That was not it. 1-2 the count to Elliott. Check swing at the plate. Didn't go around. That fastball up and away. Ball 2.
2 balls thrown to the first batter. I'm shocked. He had only thrown 4 balls out of the strike zone through the first 2 innings. 24 pitches through 2 innings and 24 strikes.
The break even on the 2-2. A breaking ball sweeping across the bottom of the zone. Held on to by Aiden Milton. Memphis Elliott a swing and a miss and a strikeout for the first out of the inning.
3 Ks now for West, lifting him to 30 on the season in 26 1/3 innings.
Back to the top of the order. Caden Compton steps in. So pop out to West coming off the mound, fielding his position to get this thing started in the first. West comes set. Here comes that first pitch. Outside and low, ball one.
Compton's average at .213, but his on-base percentage at .362. Out of that leadoff spot, does have 16 strikeouts.
That 1-0 lifted to the left side. Looks like it's getting out of play, and it will. Ranging over was Braylon Connor from short. Riley Bubb took a few steps over before recognizing that one was going to be where he couldn't get to it. Count even 1 ball, 1 strike. Infield, normal depth. Riley Bubb playing a little in, not quite to the grass. Here comes that 1-1 breaking ball in for strike 2.
Yeah, West is really working it, able to hit his spots inside and outside, changing that location, changing that speed.
Compton right at the front of that batter's box. Here comes that 1-2, called strike 3 at the plate. Back-to-back strikeouts to start the top of inning number 3 for Kyle West. 2 down.
17 Ks now out of the top of the order for Compton. I'd like to see the ball in play at least a little bit more in those situations from your leadoff hitter.
Carson Gotham stands in, a strikeout victim, his first at-bat. Crowds the plate just a bit in a slightly open stance for the lefty. This one off the end of the bat. Over to the shortstop. Connor up with it. Fires across the diamond. Good stretch at first by Smith. And he beats Gotham by a half step. 1, 2, 3. Another very efficient inning for Kyle West. Throws just 10 pitches that inning. We go to the bottom of the third when we come back. Tied at 0.
Remember that last trip to the auto mechanic?
I also think your solenoid gasket is bad.
What?
Yep, that'll be another $500.
Forget that and go to D&N Auto Specialist at 230 Tavern Road, Martinsburg, where honesty is their best policy. Serving the Eastern Panhandle since 1974, D&N Auto is family-owned and operated, specializing in exhaust alignments and tires. From general maintenance to major overhauls, they'll treat you right. Call D&N Auto Specialist at 304-267-4078. All right, Matt, when it comes to flooring, you can't beat luxury vinyl. It's waterproof, easy to clean and maintain, extremely durable, and looks great.
Are you nuts? Hardwood flooring's the way to go. It's durable, easy to maintain, matches every decor, and increases the value of your home instantly.
All right, one thing we can agree on is Trips Floor Sanding and Berkeley Fashion Flooring. They'll take care of you with great selection, service, and pricing.
Whether it's hardwood or luxury vinyl, call Trips at 304-229-7009.
Or visit tripsfloorsanding.com.
Welcome back into Eagle Field, bottom of inning number 3. We're tied at 0. It's Spring Mills taking on Hedgesville for Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10 Sports. Matt Crawford here with you along with Matt Miller. Donald Kenny, our on-site producer. John Alderton, our TV 10 cameraman. Kyle McLaughlin, our man back at the studio. Back to the top of the order. Thomas Budka to lead it off in the bottom of the third for Hedgesville. 1, 2, 3. The 3 batters do. A foul ball. That one a cue ball off the end of the bat. Foul. 0-1 to Budka.
Yeah, he was definitely out in front of that one, as it, just as you said, cued off the end of the bat. Nice spin.
Nice if you're playing pool, not if you're playing baseball.
Unless you keep that one fair. If that's fair, that's a tough ball to play.
Yeah, it's probably an infield single. Here comes the 0 on that one inside, pushing Budka off the plate, ball 1.
Matt, I still have not gotten any kind of an update as to the start of the game with Musselman at Moorfield, but they're now in the top of the 4th inning up at Romney. And how about Hampshire hanging with Jefferson? 2-1 Cougars as they bat in the top of the 4th.
Ready with the 1-1. Here it is from Herndon. This one a sharply hit ground ball to the shortstop, and it eats Compton up, and no play will be made at first base. That one a rocket to the short. Caden Compton moving in, and once again, that one just rolling up his arm and body a little bit, not able to corral it in and make a throw, and he's 6 in the scorebook.
Yeah, didn't get the hands lifted quite enough as that last hop came in, and as you said, kind of caught the heel of the glove and then rolled right up the arm and into the chest, and that is an error. Each team now has committed an error.
Nobody down.
Yep.
1 runner on is at first. Kyle West stands in, and he'll push a bunt up the third base side. Brings Herndon off the mound. He'll make the only play he can, and that is turning and wheeling to first for the first out of the inning. Budka advancing to second base on the bunt.
Hey, nice defensive play there by Chase Herndon as he was able to get over, pick that one up, turn, make a little bit of a high throw, but a fast one, a good throw. And Carson Gotham, a very nice stretch there to be able to get West by just a half a step. Goes down as a sacrifice.
The righty, Caden DeLauder, the starting right fielder for Hedgesville, The due batter, first pitch swinging, and it goes out of play down the left field line. Strike one.
You put a little charge into that one, but again, well out in front.
A strikeout looking his first at-bat to end the bottom of the first for DeLauder. A runner in scoring position. Thomas Butka stands at second. We can get started now, Trip Tobin's here. That is the cue to start every game whenever he decides to grace us with his presence. A swing and a miss. DeLauder chasing that one upstairs just a bit. Now behind in the count 0-2. Compton playing behind Butka second base just a bit. Now cuts back over towards the bag. Here comes the 0-2 pitch to DeLauder. Swing and a miss again. Chase that one up the ladder. Out number 2 in the inning.
Yeah, good high fastball from Herndon. Picks up his third strikeout. Now 1 in each Hedgesville at bat.
Brings up Riley Bubb. Bubb led off the second. Popped one up to the left side of the infield. And it was Shives hauling it in for out number 1 in the second. He takes strike one, backed off the plate, a little bit of movement, but a called strike on the inner third.
Yeah, very nice pitch. As you said, Bubb was backing up as that one snapped in across that inside corner.
Herndon looks back at second, now ready with the 0-1. This one, a sharply hit foul ball down the third baseline. 0-2.
Matt, we have efforted, and it has paid off. Moorfield has a 3-1 lead over Musselman. That game in the top of the 5th inning at Moorfield.
2 down, runner at second for Hedgesville. Butka stands at second base. Bubb looking to protect with 2 strikes. Here comes that 0-2 pitch. That fastball missed very high, ball 1. A leaping effort for Mason Everhart to keep that one in front.
I was going to say, I'm very impressed to come from the crouch position down the way he was.
It's like a spring.
Oh, my goodness, yeah, because he sprung very high and stuck that hand up there and made that play.
Kept Butka 180 feet away except for 90. Now a ball ripped right past the third baseman, Brady Shives. The outstretched glove wasn't able to get there. Rounding third and coming in from second base is Thomas Butka. And Hedgesville strikes first. They lead 1-0 on the RBI single from Riley Bubb.
22 RBI on the season, second on the team in that category. And with 2 outs, what a clutch hit for the junior third baseman. And there it is. With 2 outs, Butka could be gone with almost a crack of the bat there. It did. If that's a line drive out, it wouldn't have mattered. You know, you're taking off pretty much on contact. He was able to have that play in front of him and never hesitated turning and scoring.
Throw back over to first. Read the whole way by Riley Bubb. He is back in with ease.
Yeah, but that throw was high and wide.
Yes.
Nice play again by Gotham.
Bubb not able to try to advance a second on that hit. There was no play at the plate. Now he's off. Is Bubb towards second base. The high fastball, it's the pitch you want to throw with the guy moving. Bobbling in and out of the glove of Mason Everhart. No throw made down to second. It's a stolen base for Riley Bubb. Another in scoring position with 2 down.
Yeah, the exchange from the hand to the glove was the issue.
1-0 the count to Aiden Milton. Here comes the 1-0 from Herndon. That a called strike one.
Yeah, good pitch on that inside edge. Trying to get it in on his hands. Don't want to get his arms extended. Milton showed what he could do with a double his last time up. That went deep into center.
Here comes the 1-1. This one sent to center field. Moving over onto this Tyler Gilpin. A diving play, and he makes it in center field. What a catch in center by Tyler Gilpin to end the inning.
Yeah, very good play moving to his left, coming in, timed it just right, and made that grab on the top of the grass.
Thomas Butka comes around to score on the RBI single by Riley Bubb. Hedgesville leads 1-0 the 4th inning when we come back.
Erie Insurance says here's to the grown-ups who move, mortgage, mow, and still bust a move. But does your home insurance still fit? Erie helps you protect the home you've grown into, all at fair prices that are often less than the other guys. So how do you find the right coverage? Magic. Nope. Local independent agents who get to know you like this.
Your local Erie agent in Martinsburg is Smallwood & Small Insurance. Get a quote at smallwoodandsmall.com.
Erie Insurance.
Heffley Motor Company, serving the Eastern Panhandle for over 17 years. Known for our wide variety of vehicles at great prices, we are the area's only pre-owned Carfax Advantage dealer.
Save yourself time and money. Come see us. You'll be glad you did.
And don't forget our popular detailing service. to keep your car looking brand new. We're proud to be your partner serving the community. You're local, we're local, why not buy local? Heffley Motor Company, a nice place to do business.
Welcome back into Eagle Field. Hush up over there.
I just was checking the score, and sure enough, each team has found the net a little more than midway through the second period. In fact, now down to 6:10 left in that second period, and the Caps and the Bruins in Boston tied at 1 in Game 3 of that opening round playoff series.
Update from Chicago. That's where the Nationals are right now. Bottom of inning number 2, tied at 0, are the Cubs and Nats. 1-0 is the Hedgesville lead here over Spring Mills. 3-4-5 due up for the Cardinals. Tyler Gilpin, Chase Renner, and Chase Herndon. West back out for his 4th inning of work. 34 pitches up to this point, as efficient as can be. First pitch low to Gilpin, ball 1.
Gilpin reaching on an error back in that first inning. Each team has 1 error. I'll give you the 3-inning totals after this.
West looks in, shakes off a couple of pitches, now has the one he wants. Gilpin awaits that 1-0 pitch. Here it is. That one also a bit low, ball 2.
Through 3 innings, Hedgesville has a run on 2 hits with 1 error. They've stranded 4, 3 in scoring position. Spring Mills, no runs, 1 hit with 1 error. They've left 2, 1 in scoring position.
Here comes the 2-0. This one, a sharply hit ball right back up the middle. That's in for a leadoff single for Tyler Gilpin. He's now reached twice on an error and a single.
And a nice piece of hitting there. Was expecting that fastball with the count 2 balls and no strikes, and he didn't try to do too much. Drove it right back through the box and into center field.
Second hit of the day for Spring Mills. See if they can do something here. Both singles have come with the leadoff batter of the inning.
There you go. They left that runner stranded in the second after a fielder's choice, a strikeout and a ground out.
Check back over to first, but one of the slowest pickoffs you will ever see. West stepping completely off the back of the mound, turning, then throwing. And by that point, Gilpin was already starting to get back up off the bag. First pitch swinging and fouled off into the netting just below us by Chase Renner. Count 0-1. He popped up to the shortstop, his first at-bat.
That means 15 hits in now, 49 at-bats on the season.
West looks back over to first before coming set. Gets the pitch he wants. Here comes that 0-1. Off the plate. Ball 1. And, Matt, I believe I see my first cicada of the year. Sitting on the net right there.
Ah, there you go.
A couple of them sitting on that net is welcome back after 17 years. 1-1 the count. Again, a check back over to first. Back in on the head first slide is Gilpin.
I was introduced to cicadas with my first pickup truck, a Toyota pickup truck. I was working in Winchester, Virginia at the time, and driving down I-81.
Here comes the 1-1 pitch to Chase Renner, but before that he calls time as West taking his time on the mound.
In a pickup, you got the window behind you that would open, and then you roll the sides down, so the air kind of sweeps through that way. And while driving down the interstate, I feel this thump on my chest.
1-1 high inside to Renner. 2-1 the count to the designated hitter.
So you're driving 60, 65 down the interstate, and you look down, and there he was, stuck to my chest because he had gotten sucked into that airwave and was looking straight up at me. It was everything I could do not to crash.
Pick off back to first. Gilpin again in on the head first slide.
He was dead and sticking to my shirt, so as I try to flick him onto the floor, it was very challenging.
Here comes the 2-1 that. A called strike 2 on the outside corner. Count even 2 balls, 2 strikes to Renner.
I found out later when I got home, scooped him up off the floor, and, we got the information. Oh, that's a cicada. So I know them well.
Break-even pitch coming up on the 2-2. Runner at first, nobody down for Spring Mills. Time taken at the plate by Chase Renner. Again, West taking his time on the mound. Have you tried eating them in any capacity? I know that's a thing.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
No, I've not.
Oh, that's a big thing, is every 17 years finding the food for cicada. Chase Renner swinging at the 2-2, and he is retired on strikes as he swung through that fastball.
5 Ks now for Kyle West, and again came back with that fastball, just a little too much on it for Renner to catch up. Good pitch on the 2-2. And the moral of my story is be careful while driving. If they get sucked into that airway coming into the window and they hit you, they'll scare you a little bit.
Batter is Chase Herndon, the pitcher. Lefty steps in, doesn't see his first pitch. Instead, a throw over to first. Again, Tyler Gilpin in on the head first slide. Kyle West certainly thinks that Gilpin could be on the move. Here's the first pitch to Herndon. This one bouncing off the glove of Aiden Milton in the dirt, and Gilpin will get to second base and will do so with ease on the wild pitch.
Yeah, that one hit in the dirt and then hit Milton and shot straight up into the air. That was about as high as our broadcast position, and he was spinning in circles wondering where did that ball go. Thankfully, he found it quickly. I thought for a moment Gilpin, if he made that turn, may have a chance to take 2 bases.
Tying run in scoring position for Herndon. Sends this one foul down the third baseline, going the opposite way. Count even 1 ball, 1 strike. Herndon, a single to lead off inning number 2. Would like to find the outfield again. A lot of speed in scoring position right now with Tyler Gilpin, 180 feet away from home plate.
Yeah, base hit could tie this one.
West checks back at second. Ready with the 1-1 pitch. Here it is. High and outside, ball 2 to the lefty.
Good eye as that one missed up and away. Clearly out of the zone, did not chase.
Drew Gilpin stands in the on-deck circle. Just below us to the left. Here comes the 2-1 pitch to West. That one a very similar location. High and outside, ball 3.
Well, we haven't seen this very often in the game so far. Kyle West getting behind a hitter, and especially in this situation. In fact, this is the first time he's gone to that 3-1 counts.
Jump set out of the stretch. Ready with that 3-1 pitch. Here it is. A swing and a foul ball. Herndon way out in front of that one.
Yeah, and again, West is not going to give in and just come back with a fastball in that situation. He took a little bit off of it. Herndon with that big fastball swing, able to at least make a little contact.
Big pitch coming up here for both sides. If you're West, you'd like to get out number 2, and for Spring Mills, you'd like a second base runner.
Well, and maybe even a base hit here to bring home the tying run. Why not?
West looks in, still can't get the pitch he wants, and a time taken by Chase Herndon. Knew that one was coming as West and Milton not on the same page about what they both want.
It was a stare down.
Ready with the payoff pitch, 3-2, a swing and a miss, but gets through the glove of Aiden Milton back to the backstop, reaching on the strike 3 at first base is Herndon. The throw down to third base as Gilpin was moving over to third, gets past Riley Bubb into the outfield, and that will tie the game at 1. The ball went through the glove of Aiden Milton as he dropped down to try to block it in front of the swing. It was a strike 3 at the plate. Herndon making his way to first. Gilpin making his way to third. Milton thought he could get Tyler Gilpin moving from second to third. An errant throw into the outfield. Spring Mills 1, Hedgesville 1.
So there you go. The third strike passball / wild pitch that will put a runner at first, and then it's the throwing error that ultimately brings the runner in. He advances on the pitch, but the throwing error out at third base brings in the run.
Brings up Drew Gilpin. Swing and a miss, the first pitch he sees, strike 1. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. This one, a ground ball to the second baseman, and a bobbled at second, a toss over to second, and they do get the lead runner, Hayden Kimball. Trouble getting that one. Looked like it was a double play opportunity to end the inning. Instead, just the lead runner. That will go down as a fielder's choice, going 4-6.
Hey, you get the lead runner. You make sure you get an out in that situation. Didn't handle it cleanly. Probably rushed just slightly, trying to get it over to Connor at second quickly to turn the double play.
2 down in the inning. Braden Shives the batter. The righty, that front foot just a bit in from the back. Pick off over to first, and on the head first slide is Drew Gilpin. Kyle West will toe that pitching rubber.
That was Tyler Gilpin that scored earlier. See if Drew has the same kind of wheels.
Here comes the first pitch to Chopper to second base. Kimball up with it. He will spin and make the underhand toss to Braylon Connor, moving over from short to cover the bag, and that will retire the side. Well, we're tied at 1. Gilpin comes around on a throwing error into the outfield from Aiden Milton. We'll go to the bottom of inning number 4 when we come back. This is West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Babe, I'm hungry.
Where do you want to go?
I don't know. You pick.
Chinese?
No, not feeling it.
Mexican?
No, we just had that over the weekend.
You pick.
Let's go to the Cider Press restaurant. They have a new smoker burger. I think you'd really like it.
The Cider Press restaurant inside Taylor's Farm Market has what you're craving, where the food is fresh and you feel right at home. Exit 5 right off I-81 in Inwood, or online at ciderpressdeliandgrill.com.
WVU Medicine introduces a new minimally invasive hysterectomy surgery to our area. V-Notes is an advanced gynecologic technique that provides many benefits to patients, such as shorter hospital stays, less post-operative pain, faster recoveries, and no visible scars. Dr. Aaron Miller and Dr. Lori Tucker with WVU Medicine OBGYN in Martinsburg are the only OBGYNs in the Baltimore, Washington metropolitan area currently offering this cutting-edge procedure. WVU Medicine, the future of surgery is here.
We are tied at 1 as we go to the bottom of inning number 4. Hedgesville took the lead in the bottom of inning number 3, 1-0, and Spring Mills battles back. It's a leadoff base runner that comes around to score on a throwing error, and we are tied at 1.
Matt, elsewhere, it is Jefferson with a 7-run top of the 4th to now lead at Hampshire 9-1.
Leadoff batter in the bottom of inning number 4 is Colby Blau. He takes ball 1.
Cullen Horowitz 2 for 3. 2 runs scored, 1 run batted in.
Blau sending it the other way and getting past Memphis Elliott at second base into right field for a leadoff single.
There you go. Very well done. Solid base hit past Elliott. No chance for the second baseman, and that is the 10th hit of the year now for Colby Blau in 30 at-bats.
Finish the stat line for me.
Just saying that Horowitz 2 for 3, 2 runs scored, 1 run driven in. They've kept him in the park. His biggest hit so far, a double.
Tyler Smith stands in. Drew walk his first at bat, and a square around a bunt. He pushes this down the first base line. Only one play to make. Bob Link coming off the mound is Herndon. He is able to get Smith at first base. Advancing to second is Colby Blau. So a successful sacrifice bunt for Tyler Smith, and Chase Herndon lucky he's able to get one out.
Well, he does make the play, so no damage done there. But as you said, very close to not being able to get that out. Nice play by Gotham at first, too, because that throw got on him very quick.
The right-handed batter, Braylon Connor, stands in. First pitch to Connor, low inside, ball 1. 1 down, a runner in scoring position.
I think for Herndon, he rushed a little bit thinking if he picked it up, he could tag the runner going by without having to make the throw.
Connor also reached on a walk his first at-bat. This one lifted into foul territory. 3 members of Spring Mills moving over. It's going to be Herndon coming off the mound, making the play about 25 to 30 feet up the line in foul territory. It'll keep Blau at second base. 2 down, and what has been a very efficient inning so far for Chase Herndon. Take away the single. Now just 4 pitches thrown.
Yeah, and a very nice play there by Herndon. The catcher, Mason Everhart, quickly got rid of the mask and looked up, and as he was gathering it and kind of getting his thoughts as to get into position, Herndon was right there calling him off and made the play all the way.
Cam Lady stands in, takes ball 1 low, bounces away momentarily from Mason Everhart, just a few feet to his right. Close enough that Colby Blau will stay at second base. Ball 1 to Lady.
Remember, it was a clutch 2-out hit from Riley Bubb in the 3rd that brought home a run. Similar situation here for Lady.
Here comes the 1-0. Called strike. Outer edge of the plate. Count even 1-1 strike. Blau, a pretty decent primary lead at second base. Good secondary lead as well. So he's really getting that lead out at second base, and it causes a throw back to second. Goes off the glove of Caden Compton into center field. Blau's going to try to advance to third, and he will, sliding in head first. So now the go-ahead run just 90 feet away.
So it's an error that ends up advancing the base runner in a situation where I think your focus needs to be on Cam Lady.
Yeah, 2 outs. If you can get a pop fly, ground out, or strikeout, that runner at second does not matter. Instead, now he's at third. Here comes the 1-1. This one lifted high and out of play over top of our heads. And Chase Herndon now a strike away from getting out of the inning. End of the second period, the Washington Capitals have the lead over Boston 2-1.
There you go. So the Caps putting 2 in the net in that second period. I will take a quick look here and see if I can tell you who scored.
Out of the windup with that runner on third is Chase Herndon. 1-2 the count, 2 down. Cam Lady awaits the 1-2 pitch. Here it comes from Herndon, fastball sent into center field. Gilpin moving in on it, and he will make the catch on the run and keep running all the way to the dugout as the side is retired. A runner stranded at third. Nothing comes across in the bottom of inning number 4. We'll go to the top of the 5th when we come back, tied at 1.
This is Matt Miller, along with my wife, Dale.
As homeowners, we've been through the mortgage process several times, and each time we went to Mark and Cheryl Savitt at the Mortgage Center.
They treat you like family with personal one-on-one service, walking with you through the process from application to settlement.
Plus, low interest rates and closing costs.
The Mortgage Center is on Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
Phone 304-267-9040.
Or online at mortgagefinancing.com. NMLS number 237527, equal housing lender.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Top of inning number 5, we are tied at 1. It's Hedgesville hosting Spring Mills. Both of these teams trying to snap losing streaks. For Hedgesville, it is 4 straight and 5 of their last 7. For Spring Mills, they've lost 7 in a row. So a combined 11-game losing streak. Somebody will snap that tonight. P.J. Josenhans lifts one foul down the first baseline and out of play.
I told you going into the break we would check to see who had scored for the Washington Capitals. Still might be questioning where that second goal came from, maybe late in that second period. Alex Ovechkin, the only one listed as having a goal so far.
Josenhans takes strike 2 on the fastball. He is 0 for 1 on the day, a ground-out victim in his first at-bat in the second. The righty, a wide stance at back foot, almost out of the box. The fastball missing well high for ball 1, count 1-2. Kyle West back out for his 5th inning of work. The starter, 51 pitches going into the inning, so right about 55 after this pitch. Here comes the 1-2, a swing and a miss. And Josenhans retired on strikes for out number 1.
Yeah, still some pretty good pop on that fastball for West, who now has 7 strikeouts in the ballgame. 34 on the season.
We'll send Memphis Elliott to the plate. Elliott, a strikeout victim, to lead off the third. A 143 batter coming in. First pitch swinging and sends that into very shallow left center field. The shortstop, Raylan Connor, moving back just onto the grass to retire Elliott. 2 down.
Well, able to make that play glove side, moving to his left and back. Measured it off the bat very well and was able to easily track that one down.
Sends us back to the top of the order. Caden Compton. The righty stands in. Slightly open stance. Here comes the first pitch to Compton. This one off the handle, foul. Back over towards the dugout.
Hey, Musselman now with a 5-3 lead at Moorfield. That game in the bottom half of inning number, bottom half of inning number 5.
0-1. That pitch misses low. Ball 1. Count even at 1. Kyle West steps back off the back of the rubber, adjusts the cap, and looks like he's ready to go with the 1-1 pitch. After 3, 4, 5 shakes of the head. And this is the second or third time we've seen that, where he and Aiden Milton just clearly not on the same page as to what they want. West does nod his head up and down, gets the pitch he wants. Here comes the 1-1 with 2 down. This one a ball again off the handle, just foul down the third base line, getting a few feet to the left of that third base bag. West ahead in the count, but we've said that about a dozen times already tonight.
Yeah,
count 1-2.
He has been doing a solid job all game long getting ahead of hitters. If he could get this out, it'd be the second time he has set down the side in order.
Here comes the 1-2 pitch to Compton. A swing and a miss for strike 3. 2 strikeouts in the inning. 7 on the game so far for Kyle West. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th when we come back. See if Hedgesville can break this 1-1 tie. We're back in 60 seconds.
Erie Insurance says here's to the grown-ups. who move, mortgage, mow, and still bust a move. But does your home insurance still fit? Erie helps you protect the home you've grown into, all at fair prices that are often less than the other guys. So how do you find the right coverage? Magic. Nope. Local independent agents who get to know you like this.
Your local Erie agent in Martinsburg is Smallwood & Small Insurance. Get a quote at smallwoodandsmall.com.
Erie Insurance.
Remember that last trip to the auto mechanic?
I also think your solenoid gasket is bad.
What?
Yep, that'll be another $500.
Forget that and go to D&N Auto Specialist at 230 Tavern Road, Martinsburg, where honesty is their best policy. Serving the Eastern Panhandle since 1974, D&N Auto is family-owned and operated, specializing in exhaust alignments and tires. From general maintenance to major overhauls, they'll treat you right. Call D&N Auto Specialist at 304-267-4078.
Welcome back into Eagle Field. We are tied at 1 as we go to the bottom half of inning number 5. I do have to correct myself. 8 strikeouts now on the day for Kyle West. Who's back out for his 5th inning of work is Chase Herndon.
Matt, this is very similar to a week ago. It was last Wednesday. We had the Spring Mills Musselman game that went 10 innings before the Applemen finally came away 5-2 victors.
Another 10-inning game left in you?
I'm ready. Let's see what happens.
Leading off, back to the top of the order, it's Thomas Butka. Sends this one to the third baseman. Gets off of his glove and ricochets out behind the shortstop, Caden Compton, into left field. That was a case where Braden Shives trying to get that one on the move. Didn't get in front of that baseball. And looks like it skimmed his glove as it went underneath of it. And not a play for Caden Compton behind him, backing him up.
So Butka reaches for a second time today on an error. So officially he's 0 for 3 at the plate, but now on base 2 out of his 3 times up.
Now the lefty, Kyle West, stands in. You know he'd like to put a charge into one.
He laid down a bunt the last time in this situation.
Takes strike 1.
Yeah, no indication he was going to bunt here, right?
Outside edge of the plate, and obviously you'd like to get a runner in scoring position with the power of West. If he can send one into a gap somewhere or find the outside of the fence somewhere, it would go a long way in this game. A sharply hit ball past the diving Carson Gotham into right field. And moving from first to third on the single is Thomas Butka.
Yeah, good base running. Butka seeing that one was going through all the way, and a nice job of picking up Nicky Brown, the third base coach, as he made that turn around second and continued on to third. And Hedgesville's got something going with nobody out.
Good effort at first by Carson Gotham. That ball just a little out to the right of his outstretched glove.
Well, in a case where, you got to be able to hold that runner on at first. If he's in normal position, that's probably a relatively routine play for a first baseman.
Brings up Caden DeLauder. Kyle West on the move on the pitch. Ball inside. A throw down, cut off about halfway between the pitcher's mound and second. Coming in to cut that off, Memphis Elliott. And it'll be a stolen base for Kyle West. 2 runners in scoring position. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 5th.
That pitch missed for ball 1. Let's see if DeLauder can put it in play somewhere and bring in the go-ahead run.
Out of the windup, here's the 1-0 from Herndon. This one lifted to center field. That should at least score 1 run. Moving over is Tyler Gilpin. He does make the play. The play's going to third base as Kyle West slides in, and he is out on the tag. The run will score. Coming in from third is Thomas Butka. Hedgesville takes the lead 2-1, but Kyle West thrown out trying to move from second to third.
Yeah, what a throw from Tyler Gilpin, a one bouncer to Braden Shives. And let's give Shives credit as well to stay with that one bounce with the runner sliding in at the same time, and he was able to hang on to it. And the throw literally right there where Shives could grab it and West slide right into the tag.
Base is empty. Fouled off on the first pitch to Riley Bubb. Ricocheting off the backstop, 0-1. And Thomas Butka, apparently the key is just to get him on base. He's been on twice, and it's been errors that have allowed him to come around and score twice. Bases are empty for Bubb. He had a RBI single that scored the first run of the game for Hedgesville. He stands in.
Hey, they've made the most of them. 4 hits in all, but they've been able to score 2 runs.
Here comes the second pitch to Bubb. Low in the dirt. Count even 1-1.
We've seen some fun double plays these last few games, right? Fly out, throw him out, double play.
The 1-1 ground ball fouled on the third baseline. Herndon ahead in the count, 1-2. Riley Bubb, looking at the order here. Aiden Milton, a double. You'd like to be able to get Bubb on to get Milton back up this inning with a runner on. As Riley Bubb will call time as Herndon taking his time getting the pitch he wants, looking over at the dugout. Again, out of the windup with nobody on. 1-2 the count. Here comes that 1-2 pitch to Riley Bubb with 2 outs inside. Ball 2, count even at 2.
Both of these pitchers have done a very nice job tonight working that inner part of the plate, but that one just a little too far inside.
Deuces are wild. Here comes the 2-2 pitch, 2 outs. This one off the end of the bat. Still fair, but now bouncing. Foul as it hit the edge of the grass. Hitting that lip about 20 feet up the line. Let's do that 2-2 again.
A lot of spin on that baseball as well. That on that last bounce kicked it over into foul territory.
Bubb again steps in. Herndon has the pitch he wants. Ready with the 2-2 delivery. Here it is. That one upstairs. A sharply hit ball down the third base line. Shives has a ricochet off his glove to the left. Completely went 90 degrees to the left of him. All right. Caden Compton there came up with the ball at short, but not a chance to get Bubb at first base.
Well, we heard earlier from Coach Bradley Barrett in our pregame show about, being able to put together a complete game. They're getting very good pitching, but that is now 2 errors in this inning, and I would have 5 errors in this contest as they had 1 each in the second, third, and fourth innings.
Pitch inside, Bubb on the move, and he is at second, no throw down.
Yeah, well, he was stealing as soon as Herndon started into any type of motion. So Bubb easily able to get to second base.
Count is 1-0 to Aiden Milton. He does have a double to his credit today. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. That one high outside, ball 2.
What you're doing now is making Herndon have to work that much harder with 2 errors in the inning, and we would have him up in the neighborhood of 85 pitches right now. Remember the max, 110.
Shortstop works in behind the runner, Bubb at second. Here comes the 2-0 pitch. That one low bouncing away from Everhart, and Bubb now just 90 feet away at third base.
So a steal and a wild pitch. So you're looking at a runner that reached on an error, went to second on a steal, goes to third on a wild pitch. Let's see if Hedgesville can find a way to get that runner in and extend this lead.
3-0 the count to Aiden Milton. Here comes that 3-0 fastball in for strike 1. Not quite the old automatic. Wasn't right down the middle, but did find the edge of the zone.
Don't think you're striking out Milton. 2 Ks on the season in 48 at-bats.
Here comes the 3-1 to Aiden Milton. This one ripped into left field, and that is down for a single, and another run will come in to score 3 on the Hedgesville lead on the RBI single for Aiden Milton with 2 down. That is RBI number 12 for Milton on the season.
Oh, and there was. He sat dead red. It's 3-1. You're expecting that fastball, and he did not miss it. Turned on it and lined it into left field. Clutch hit. 2 outs in the inning, and they're able to score thanks to an error, steal, wild pitch, and then RBI single. And now we've got a coach outs for a conference on the hill.
2 down in the inning. And getting the third out has not been the easiest thing for Chase Herndon to do tonight.
Now, Herndon set down the side in order in the first, but outside of that, the bases were loaded in the third inning. Hedgesville did not score, and then Hedgesville, after scoring 1 run, left a runner at second base in that third inning. They sent 5 to the plate in that situation. While they didn't score, they got a runner to third, left him stranded with 4 batters coming to the plate in the fourth inning. And now we're looking at the 6th batter to hit in this 5th inning, and they've scored 2 runs and have a couple of hits, a runner on base.
The batter is Colby Blau. A single. His last at-bat. Check back over to first and quickly moving to second on the throw, and he is in at second base. That's Gage Gano. the courtesy runner for Aiden Milton. It was a throwback to first base, and Ganoa had a big enough lead. He just went to second. Not sure whether he was going to steal on first move or what, but he is into second base under the tag.
Yeah, just too slow developing for Spring Mills. The throw over from Herndon just a little bit high. By the time Gotham could get it out of his glove and make the throw, no chance. That's an incredible straight steal.
First pitch to Colby Blau, sent the other way, up onto the second baseman Memphis Elliott, over to first to retire the side. 2 runs come across the score in the bottom of the 5th for Hedgesville. The top of the 6th. When we come back, the Eagles lead 3-1.
Heffley Motor Company, serving the Eastern Panhandle for over 17 years. Known for our wide variety of vehicles at great prices, we are the area's only pre-owned Carfax Advantage dealer.
Save yourself time and money. Come see us. You'll be glad you did.
And don't forget our popular detailing service to keep your car looking brand new. We're proud to be your partner serving the community. You're local, we're local, why not buy local? Heffley Motor Company, a nice place to do business.
A reputation for caring, a legacy of service. At Brown Funeral Homes and Cremations, it's been our story since 1880. A family-owned business, we support the needs and wishes of families. We offer traditional services, as well as many options for cremation, customized remembrances, and pre-planning. Brown Funeral Homes and Cremations retains its family atmosphere and stays true to its roots. Contact us for advanced planning or at your time of loss. We're here when you need us.
Welcome back into Eagle Field. 3-1 as Hedgesville leads Spring Mills. It was 2 runs in the bottom of inning number 5, including a clutch 2-out RBI single for Aiden Milton to score Riley Bubb. As we go to the top of inning number 6, Kyle West still on the mound, and back in with your play-by-play, Matt Miller.
Matt, thank you very much. He is Matt Crawford. John Alderton running our camera. Donald Kinney, our on-site producer, and Colin McLaughlin is our engineer back at the studio. West has been very efficient. 60 pitches, 45 strikes through 5 innings, giving up just a run on 2 hits. He'll go to work on the batter Carson Gotham, who fouls it out of play off the third base side for strike 1. 8 Ks and no walks. West very efficient. Gotham up for a third time. Left-hand batter swings and sends this pitch in the air down the third base line. Again, that one gets out of play. Riley Bubb, the third baseman. Shortstop Braylon Connor moving over as well, but they stop and will get back to their positions as that one clearly back out of play. Gotham a strikeout victim in the first, bounced out to short in the third, so he is 0 for 2. 3-1, the lead for Hedgesville. West looking in at Milton, has the sign ready to go. And the pitch. Fastball high and outside, now with a ball and 2 strikes. The lights on, the sun setting, that kind of twilight type of sky. Actually, it's probably a little past the twilight even, but the light's not taking full effect yet. 1 ball, 2 strike delivery on the way. Strike 3 called. Gotham caught looking. There is the 9th K of the ball game for West.
And Kyle West just in his zone. We were talking amongst ourselves in the press box before this, and there was the thought that if Hedgesville was going to snap this losing streak, he was going to have to come out and put the team on his back and really have this type of performance on the mound. Obviously not over yet, not counting Spring Mills out, but West certainly has pitched a gem to this point.
Tyler Gilpin with a swing and a miss at the first pitch he sees in this at-bat. Nice pitch down low in the strike zone. Gilpin has reached base twice as he stands back in. The right-hand hitter swing sends this one the other way. Ground ball, the diving stop by the second baseman, but he cannot come up with a baseball. Hayden Kimball, ranging far to his left, made the dive. Looked like that hit the heel of the glove or maybe even his wrist. It bounced away, and he had no chance to get Gilpin, who will reach on the infield base hit.
Can't discredit the effort.
Not at all. Not at all. That's just the third hit now for Spring Mills. And Kyle West has to, I believe, get some dirt out of his shoe. Off the first base side of the mound in the grass, he takes that shoe off, turns it upside down, and gets that dirt out, and now he's ready to go again. Chase Renner to the plate. 1 out, 1 on. Smith will hold that runner at first, and there's a toss over to send him back standing. Update on the other games going on. Jefferson put 4 on the board in the top of the 5th inning, and they are about to win this one via the mercy rule with another throw over to first here. 13-1 Jefferson over Hampshire.
Boy, they can turn a switch on and off, can't they?
Absolutely.
Or at least it certainly seems like they can.
Here's a pitch to the plate, down and in to Chase Renner. 6-5 Musselman now with the lead, bottom half of inning number 6 in that game at Moorfield. So Renner awaits. West is ready. Nope, he's going to make the throw over to first again. He's paid a lot of attention to a runner at first base in this game.
Yep.
I got the count at a ball and no strikes on Renner, who is looking for his first hit. Swings and sends this one back up the middle. It's off the glove of West, rolling slowly towards the shortstop. He's got it. Fields, throws, and safe at first. Nice play, Braylon Connor. Good reach for Tyler Smith at first, but you love the hustle of Renner down the line, and he's able to leg it out.
Yeah, and unfortunately, if that one goes past the glove of Kyle West, it may give Braylon Connor a better angle at that baseball. But it just nicks off the glove of West, and Connor was already moving to his left towards that second base bag and couldn't turn quick enough. He did get to the baseball pretty quick, and it ended up being a bang-bang play at first base. But I think if West doesn't, and not faulting his effort trying to get that baseball, but if it doesn't hit his glove, I think that's probably an out instead of what looks like it's probably another infield single.
Yeah, I would say so as well. You can't take anything away from West trying to get a glove on that one. So clearly not an error on him, not an error on the shortstop, as Braylon Connor made a good throw to first. So a back-to-back infield singles, 2 on with 1 out for Chase Herndon, who takes ball 1. Next delivery, he lifts foul and out of play, third base side, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Herndon had a single back in the second inning and then reached on a third pitch, or should say third strike wild pitch in that 4th inning. Each time gave way to Bryce Dunham as a courtesy runner, and he was erased on the base paths. The 1 ball, 1 strike pitch. Here it comes. Smith plays in front of the runner at first, by the way, with 2 on. Nice pitch that started outside but breaks in on the corner for a called strike 2.
And that's hitting a target. Aiden Milton set up right where that ball ended up. So even if that one's a little off the plate, a lot of times you're going to get the benefit of the doubt from the home plate umpire just because you're hitting a target.
West ready. 1 ball, 2 strike pitch. Swing and a miss helped him out. Herndon chased that high fastball, and that is now 10 Ks for West.
And once again, Spring Mills helping out a pitcher. West has earned his strikeout sign, don't get me wrong. But Spring Mills throughout the season when we've seen them have certainly helped out some pitchers along the way.
Drew Gilpin to the plate. 0 for 2 has bounced into a pair of fielder's choices. He stands in, swings at the first pitch, sends this one into right center field. If it's down, it's trouble. A long run for the right fielder, and DeLauder won't get there. He'll have to play it on a bounce. Comes up firing to the plate. It's not in time with the throw through. The batter will take second. Tyler Gilpin comes home to score. Renner goes to third. 2 in scoring position, and Spring Mills back to within a run, trailing 3-2.
Nice piece of hitting by Drew Gilpin. That's RBI number 4 for him on the year, and hit number 10.
Nice job to go the other way. I wondered if it was going to hang in the air long enough for DeLauder to get there. It did not. It dropped in. He made a nice throw to the plate, but too late. And now you've got the tying run at third, the go-ahead run at second, and trying to check his swing at a high fastball, Braden Shives, but he goes through the zone for strike 1.
Again, chasing that one up the ladder.
Shives struck out in the second, bounced into a 4-6 fielder's choice in the 4th. Here's the delivery, fouled back into the netting. No balls and 2 strikes to the number 7 hitter in the Spring Mills order. They would be down to their final at bat in the top of the 7th inning if they cannot come through here. Clutch 2 out hitting for Hedgesville has them in the lead 3-2. Can Spring Mills get a clutch 2 out hit? Shives choking up on the bat, takes low and outside, ball 1.
If you're Spring Mills, not only would you like to at least get Shives on if he can walk, if he can get hit by a pitch, or they'd like a single or a double even more, but you'd like to be able to get back to the heart of that order.
1-2 ground ball and a big hop to the third baseman. He's got it, and the throw to first in plenty of time. Riley Bubb to Tyler Smith, 5-3 in your scorebook, brings the inning to a close. While Spring Mills gets a run, they would like to have had more. 1 run on 3 hits in the inning, a couple of strikeouts as well, and ultimately 2 guys are left in scoring position. We're going to the bottom of the 6th. When we come back, it is Hedgesville leading Spring Mills 3-2.
WVU Medicine introduces a new minimally invasive hysterectomy surgery to our area. V-Notes is an advanced gynecologic technique that provides many benefits to patients, such as shorter hospital stays, less post-operative pain, faster recoveries, and no visible scars. Dr. Aaron Miller and Dr. Lori Tucker with WVU Medicine OBGYN in Martinsburg are the only OBGYNs in the Baltimore, Washington metropolitan area currently offering this cutting-edge procedure. WVU Medicine, the future of surgery is here.
All right, Matt, when it comes to flooring, you can't beat luxury vinyl. It's waterproof, easy to clean and maintain, extremely durable, and looks great.
Are you nuts? Hardwood flooring's the way to go. It's durable, easy to maintain, matches every decor, and increases the value of your home instantly.
All right, one thing we can agree on is Trips Floor Sanding and Berkeley Fashion Flooring. They'll take care of you with great selection, service, and pricing.
Whether it's hardwood or luxury vinyl, call Trips at 304-229-7009.
Or visit tripsfloorsanding.com.
Here we go to the bottom half of inning number 6. Hedgesville looking for some insurance as they own a 3-2 lead. It will be the 8, 9, and 1 hitters in the top half of the 7th inning for Spring Mills. It's the 7, 8, and 9 hitters here in this 6th inning for the Eagles. Tyler Smith to get it started. Senior first baseman, officially 0 for 0. He has walked, and he has laid down a sacrifice bunt.
0 for 0 in his third at-bat.
There it is. The difference between at-bats and plate appearances. Yep. He swings and fouls this one back for strike 1. He has had 2 plate appearances, but has not had an official at-bat because a walk does not go as an at-bat, and neither does a sacrifice bunt or a sacrifice fly. The 0-1 to the plate. That one misses high. 1 ball, 1 strike. Mo Stinson in the house. Normally a official for volleyball and basketball, but not for baseball. Pitch to the plate taken. That is a strike. 1-2 now to Smith. The lefty Herndon trying to go as deep as he can into this one, Matt. We would now have him just slightly over 90 pitches. He can go 110. The left-hander ready. And the delivery, swing and a miss. He gets the strikeout. That pitch up just a little bit. 1 down in the inning. And that is the 4th strikeout now for Chase Herndon. And it will be the first since the 3rd inning. Did not strike out a batter in either the 4th or 5th. It'll bring up Braylon Connor. Sophomore shortstop out of the number 8 spot in the order. Pushes a bunt up the third base line. That one rolling and into foul territory. Good idea by Braylon Connor, just couldn't keep it fair.
Connor's going to look back and yell at Coach Grove and say, cut that grass a little bit more. That grass kicking the ball into foul territory.
Connor has reached on a walk, and last time up, popped out in foul territory to the pitcher. That was not quite halfway down the first base line. Shot it straight up the elevator shaft, and Herndon came over to make the play. The 0-1 pitch. Fouled back. Count 0-2. Cam Lady due next for Hedgesville. Trying to snap a 4-game slide. Their last win was on the 12th of May, an 18-3 decision at Petersburg. The no ball, 2-strike pitch due. Here it comes. That fastball's high for ball 1. Got to imagine, even if the offense can strike in the top of the 7th inning and tie it and or take the lead, there's probably not a chance you're going to see Herndon in the bottom of the 7th.
Pitch count-wise, again, not because of how he's throwing, just running out of pitches.
Pop up, foul territory, first base side on the 1-2. It gets back out of play, holding it a ball and 2 strikes to Braylon Connor. So that's 8 pitches. That would get you up to about 97 right now. So he's got, 13 more pitches before he would reach that 110 pitch limit. The 1-2 strike on the way. Swing and a miss. Well, foul tip. We get the indication from Travis Habermail, our plate umpire. Hung on to by Mason Everhart. That is back-to-back strikeouts, 2 away. Nobody on, and it brings up the number 9 hitter, Cam Lady.
And we've seen 2 straight very impressive pitching performances by Chase Herndon.
Yep.
This young man has gotten better and better as the season has gone on.
He has developed as the ace of this staff. Pitch to the plate, lifted high into the air, into shallow left field. It barely, in fact, gets into left. It's the shortstop, Caden Compton, who backpedals just a couple of steps after circling around to his right. He makes that catch, and the side is retired. Great job by Chase Herndon to set down the side in order, and now Spring Mills has to get the bats to come to life. They need at least a run to keep it going. The 8, 9, and 1 hitters do. We'll go to the top of the 7th inning after this with the score still Hedgesville 3, Spring Mills 2.
Erie Insurance says here's to the grown-ups who move, mortgage, mow, and still bust a move. But does your home insurance still fit? Erie helps you protect the home you've grown into, all at fair prices that are often less than the other guys. So how do you find the right coverage? Magic. Nope. Local independent agents who get to know you like this.
Your local Erie agent in Martinsburg is Smallwood & Small Insurance. Get a quote at smallwoodandsmall.com.
Erie Insurance.
Looking to buy a home in the Eastern Panhandle? Having trouble getting your house sold? Then call Chris Ross and the Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams. A Martinsburg High School graduate, Chris knows the local market, and he's proven it as the #1 real estate team in West Virginia in 2019. Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams. Phone 304-579-7349 or go to callchrisross.com. Let's celebrate your real estate milestone together.
It is the final countdown, final chance for the Spring Mills Cardinals. The number 8 hitter, TJ Josenhans, standing in and takes the first pitch for strike 1. The freshman right fielder 0 for 2, a bounce out to short and a strikeout swinging. 0-1 pitch here, he fights it off, a foul ball back out of play, and it's quickly 0-2. Through 6 innings, 3 runs, 5 hits, a couple of errors, 6 left, 5 in scoring position for Hedgesville. Spring Mills, we've got 2 runs on 5 hits, 4 errors, 5 left, 3 in scoring position. I mentioned 5 errors earlier. I was 1 ahead of myself as I was looking at my score sheet, so I've got 4 errors. Pitch to the plate, missing down low. Now with 1 ball and 2 strikes to Josenhans. Memphis Elliott due next in the on-deck circle. Here comes that 1-2 pitch. Inside out swing and a ground ball to the first baseman. Smith has got it, gets it to the pitcher covering at first for out number 1.
Smith could have taken that himself, but rewarding the effort of his pitcher. West over there very quickly off the mound. Again, as the righty, your body's taking you that way anyway. Ground ball to first base. Working on the PFP.
Very well done, absolutely. 1 down on the out that goes 3-1. And it does bring up Memphis Elliott. Right-hand batter backs out of the way of a high, tight fastball. That is ball 1. Elliott, a strikeout victim in the 3rd, a line out to short in the 5th inning. 0 for 2. 3-2 the score. Hedgesville with that 1-run lead. West to the plate. A strike on the inside corner. Count evens up 1-1. Caden Compton out of that leadoff spot would be due next. Bases loaded with, bases empty with 1 away. That's where I was going with that. 1-1 pitch misses, 2 balls and a strike. Spring Mills would like to have him.
I'm sure Spring Mills would rather it be the first.
The 2-ball, 1 strike pitch. Down low, and there's ball 3. Now, we've seen that only a couple of times where he's gone to the 3-ball count, and especially 3-1. West has not walked a batter yet while striking out 10. See if he can battle back here. He's ready with the 3-1. Swing and a miss. Now full at 3-2.
Elliott taking a good hack at that one, but looked like West reached back a little bit more on that pitch.
Yes.
That fastball, some zip. We're stripped with the radar gun when we need him.
Payoff pitch, and it's a ground ball sharply hit to the second baseman. Knocking it down is Hayden Kimball by the time he can find the base. Out of the inning, and now Spring Mills down to their final out with the tying run at first base, down 3-2. Carson Gotham standing in his fourth at bat, and the left-hand hitter takes strike one. Gotham has struck out twice. Sandwiched in between was a ground out to short. That came back in the third. The strikeouts in the first and in the sixth. 0-1 pitch here. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. Now the last strike for the Cardinals. Can West get the final out and pitch the complete game and get his team back in the win column by a 3-2 final? 0-2 pitch. Here it comes. Swinging a bouncer, foul in behind the plate. It'll hold at 0-2. Hedgesville looking to snap a 4-game slide for Spring Mills. This could be another tough loss and would drop them to their 8th straight loss. The 0-2 pitch. West is ready. Here it comes. Misses low and outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Compton at first has made no attempt to try to get into scoring position. Last thing you want is to have the tying run on base thrown out at second, trying to steal. 1 ball, 2 strike pitch. Here it comes. A bouncing ball towards the third baseman. Coming in on it is Bub. He's got it. The throw down low. What a dig by the first baseman, Tyler Smith. Backhanding, reaching towards right field. He's got it. Game over, and Hedgesville wins.
I'm not sure how he's able to keep his foot on the bag with how far out he was stretched. What a play by Smith, and he has helped his teammates out a couple of times tonight with some very impressive scoops.
Absolutely, and boy, none bigger than that one, as it will bring the game to a close. Spring Mills would get the tying run on, but could not move that base runner past first base. We'll come back and tell you all about it as we get into our postgame. First, a 2-minute timeout. Your final again from here at Eagle Field. It's Hedgesville over Spring Mills, 3-2.
WVU Medicine introduces a new minimally invasive hysterectomy surgery to our area. V-Notes is an advanced gynecologic technique that provides many benefits to patients, such as shorter hospital stays, less post-operative pain, faster recoveries, and no visible scars. Dr. Aaron Miller and Dr. Lori Tucker with WVU Medicine OBGYN in Martinsburg are the only OBGYNs in the Baltimore, Washington metropolitan area currently offering this cutting-edge procedure. WVU Medicine, the future of surgery is here.
All right, Matt, when it comes to flooring, you can't beat luxury vinyl. It's waterproof, easy to clean and maintain, extremely durable, and looks great.
Are you nuts? Hardwood flooring's the way to go. It's durable, easy to maintain, matches every decor, and increases the value of your home instantly.
All right, one thing we can agree on is Trips Floor Sanding and Berkeley Fashion Flooring. They'll take care of you with great selection, service, and pricing.
Whether it's hardwood or luxury vinyl, call Trips at 304-229-7009.
Or visit tripsfloorsanding.com.
Erie Insurance says here's to the grown-ups who move, mortgage, mow, and still bust a move. But does your home insurance still fit? Erie helps you protect the home you've grown into, all at fair prices that are often less than the other guys. So how do you find the right coverage? Magic. Nope. Local independent agents who get to know you like this.
Your local Erie agent in Martinsburg is Smallwood & Small Insurance. Get a quote at smallwoodandsmall.com.
Erie Insurance.
Looking to buy a home in the Eastern Panhandle? Having trouble getting your house sold? Then call Chris Ross and the Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams. A Martinsburg High School graduate, Chris knows the local market, and he's proven it as the #1 real estate team in West Virginia in 2019. Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams. Phone 304-579-7349 or go to callchrisross.com. Let's celebrate your real estate milestone together.
Welcome back into Eagle Field along with Matt Crawford. I'm Matt Miller. John Alderton on our camera tonight. Donald Kinney is our on-site producer, and Colin McLaughlin, our studio engineer. Matt, we got a good one, a great pitching matchup. Kyle West able to outduel Chase Herndon, and frankly, you look at some clutch two-out hitting that helped to give Hedgesville the 3-1 lead, and then they hang on for the 3-2 victory.
Oh, no doubt about it. And for Hedgesville, you're hoping that this, and they're hoping that this can get them on a roll. But for Spring Mills, you got to take a lot away from this game. This was a very tightly played game, and we've seen them twice now in the last week, a little over a week, where they have been right in ball games late and just not able to get over that hump. But we talked about how young this team is, and definitely going to be building blocks that are going to help them in years to come, because while there's been games where they just haven't been able to put it all together, we've seen two in the last week where you can see things starting to build. And it's been an impressive team to watch, especially when you look at Chase Herndon on the mound. He's had two very good outings over the last 7 to 10 days.
Yeah, very good, but again, could not match Kyle West. And again, for Spring Mills, not quite able to put together the complete game, because you're looking at 4 errors, and 2 of those errors coming in that 5th inning when the 2-run score that ultimately proved to be the difference in this one. We heard it in the pregame from Coach Bradley Barrett, still waiting to put all 3 facets together for a complete game. They were so close in this one, but fall 1 run short. Now let's take one final 1-minute timeout. We'll come back and wrap up our post game as we check in on some other high school baseball action around the area. We will also tell you what's happening on the radio right now between the Capitals and the Bruins. We'll set up our next broadcast, and of course we'll run the final numbers from this one. A 1-minute timeout, and then we return. Again, your final: Hedgesville 3 and Spring Mills 2.
WVU Medicine introduces a new minimally invasive hysterectomy surgery to our area. V-Notes is an advanced gynecologic technique that provides many benefits to patients, such as shorter hospital stays, less post-operative pain, faster recoveries, and no visible scars. Dr. Aaron Miller and Dr. Lori Tucker with WVU Medicine OBGYN in Martinsburg are the only OBGYNs in the Baltimore, Washington metropolitan area currently offering this cutting-edge procedure. WVU Medicine, the future of surgery is here.
This is Eric at Hagerstown Ford. Over the last decade, the way we buy things have evolved. Now, you get on your phone, click Want It, and it shows up at your front door. At Hagerstown Ford, it is that convenient. We've changed the car buying experience on the I-81 corridor forever. And with a return policy better than Walmart, there's absolutely no reason to buy a new or used car, truck, or SUV anywhere else. Just like Amazon, Hagerstown Ford will deliver the vehicle to you, where you are, and on your time. And if you don't want it, return it. No questions asked. Why waste your time at a car dealership playing the dumb back-and-forth games? Besides, we hate it more than you do. I assure you, no dealership from Winchester, Virginia to Washington, D.C. will beat our price. No dealership from Chambersburg, Pennsylvania to Baltimore, Maryland will beat our price. And no other dealership will allow you to return it if you don't want it. Hagerstown Ford absolutely provides the best experience at the best price. Visit HagerstownFord.com to schedule your VIP experience. Click on the vehicle you want and get your new ride delivered to you at no risk. See dealer for details.
See 93 pitches unofficially, what we would have, and 69 of those went for strikes. He pitched ahead of hitters all night long. Chase Herndon, maybe a little bit more work. 99 pitches what we would have through 6 innings. 64 of those were for strikes, yet he was just as effective.
Yeah, he was. 6 innings on the mound, 3 runs on 5 hits, 5 strikeouts, and just 2 walks. And you talk about the 99 pitches. Matt, he was at 49 after the second inning, so he definitely settled into a groove as this game went on.
14, 9, 17, and 10, the pitch counts through the third, fourth, fifth, and sixth innings for Herndon. Gave his team a chance. Unfortunately, could not get a lot going offensively. Tyler Gilpin did go 2 for 3, also reached on an error. He scored both runs. Chase Renner had a hit in 3 at-bats. Chase Herndon had a hit in 3 at-bats, and Drew Gilpin added an RBI single as he went 1 for 3 for Hedgesville. Thomas Budka, Matt, did not have a hit but reached on errors in 2 of his 3 at-bats and scored 2 of the 3 runs.
Yeah, it was big for him just to get on base, and
That's
the story of this game. When you look at errors, wait till we get to the final numbers.
Yeah, Kyle West was 1 for 2, had a sac bunt and a single. Riley Bubb had an RBI single. He reached on an error and scored. Aiden Milton had a double and an RBI single. There was a single in there for Colby Blau as well. All right, here are those final numbers. Ready? Hedgesville, 3 runs, 5 hits, 3 errors, 6 left, 5 in scoring position. Spring Mills, 2 runs on 5 hits, 4 errors, 6 left, and 3 in scoring position. A combined 7 errors tonight.
Not great. But not what you expect out of a 3-2 game that only took about an hour and 40 minutes.
Yep, that's it. So
while there were errors, other than the 2 runs coming around to score out of the top of the order for Thomas Budka, not a lot of the errors turned out to be very costly.
All right, the winning pitcher West 4-2. Herndon takes the loss. He is 1-2. As you heard from Matt, time of the game about 1 hour and 40 minutes. Hedgesville snaps a 4-game slide as they improve to 14-7 for Spring Mills. A tough loss. That is their 8th straight as they fall to 4-14. All right, we told you we'd check on some other action. Let's go to Jefferson winning at Hampshire tonight by a 13-1 final. And let's check one more time. They are, now done as Moorfield gets the win over Musselman by a 9-6 final in that one. And we check on the Capitals and how they are doing. That game on our radio airwaves, and the Bruins have tied it 2-2 with 5 minutes to play in period number 3, and that is a key game 3 with the series tied at 1 apiece. So as we wrap up, get over on the radio and tune in for that one. Matt, our next baseball broadcast is Friday night. That'll be at P.O. Faulkner Park as the Bulldogs host the Spring Mills Cardinals. Game time at 7 and the pregame at 6:40. That was a tight one when these teams got together back on April 23rd. Martinsburg won only by a 9-8 final.
Yeah, should be a good one. Again, we've seen some close games for Spring Mills this year. Nice to see them get over the hump and win one of those.
All right, how about tomorrow? We've got some softball action.
We do, and it's the same 2 teams we just mentioned, or same 2 schools we just mentioned. It'll be out at Charlotte Prather. It'll be Martinsburg hosting Spring Mills.
Game time tomorrow?
6 o'clock, 5:40 pregame on TV 10.
All right, so it's a full day tomorrow because that means we've got the Cubs and the Nationals in Game 4 of their 4-game set in Chicago with a 1:50 pregame. 2:20 is the first pitch. That's going to pretty much lead right into softball at about 5:40 with a 6 o'clock first pitch. And then that's going to lead pretty much right into the NBA Purgatory Playoff play-in game as the Wizards and the Pacers will go at it in D.C. That is a, 8 o'clock tip, I believe, so about a 7:30, 7:45 pregame again rolling right after softball.
If you like sports, 7:40 a.m., 106.5 FM tomorrow.
There you go. Well, that wraps it up for us. Special thanks to each of our sponsors supporting our coverage of high school baseball. We thank you for joining us at each of our broadcast entities. Thanks to Bradley Barrett, head coach of Spring Mills, Eric Grove, the head coach of Hedgesville, providing us with information and interviews for our broadcast. Thanks as well to Aaron Whitford, athletic director, and Janice Stenson, all the staff and the folks here at Eagle Field for their help and their hospitality with today's game broadcast. Back at the studio, our engineer is Colin McLaughlin. Donald Kinney, our on-site producer. Running our TV10 camera, John Alderton. For Matt Crawford, I'm Matt Miller, reminding you today's final, Hedgesville 3 and Spring Mills 2. Until next time, so long, everyone.
You've been listening to West Virginia High School Baseball. Today's game broadcast has been brought to you by
Smallwood and Small Insurance, Thomas Miller Agent, Administrative Drive, Martinsburg. Cider Press Restaurant, Exit 5 Inwood. Trips Floor Sanding and Berkeley Fashion Flooring in Inwood. Chris Ross with Milestone Realty, Tavern Road, Martinsburg. The Mortgage Center in the Aiken Center, Martinsburg. Dynamark Atlantic Security, your local alarm professional. Ollie's VIP Northside, Veronica Drive, Martinsburg. Art McBee Insurance, Martinsburg and Berkeley Springs. D&N Auto Specialists, off Tavern Road, Martinsburg. And Heffley Motors, HeffleyMotorCompany.com.
For the continued excitement of high school, college, and Major League Baseball, keep it tuned to FM 106.5, AM 740, Comcast Cable Channel 10, and online talk radio WRNR.com. All rights reserved.